And we are here. I know, a little late, but still in the house. Well, tonight, no matter what, don't shoot the messenger. It's in the living room tonight. And of course, spiking some tea. It's time to go live. Here we go. Let's go. I'm a filmmaker. I've worked in film, video, and television for over 30 years. I took a little break, but now I'm back. Hello and welcome to another edition of Art Imitates Life with me, Tanya Dixon. Every time we take just a moment away, it feels like I haven't been here in a million years. And so getting used to everything, getting back together again. But of course, love being here during the show, talking to the panel about everything and just seeing what's going on in life, So I'm looking forward to tonight. Of course, we will not disappoint. We're spiking tea tonight on the hot topics, all kinds of things for you there. I'm not going to give you any hints, but it's a lot of stuff that's been happening out there. So we're going to be talking about it here amongst the panel. And then, of course, in the living room, don't shoot the messenger. Y'all know what that means. Well, if you don't, we're going to take some time to talk about it tonight. I'm going to throw a few scenarios at you and to see what you all think out there. And I hope that you all will come into the comments and participate and, just see what you think. I want to know what you think. So it's time to get it all cracking and get it started and all that. So we're going to go to our break here from our sponsor. We'll be back to get it all started in just a few moments. Here we go. Art Imitates Life with Tanya Dixon is being sponsored by Tandiland Global, bringing your multimedia dreams to life. Hey, welcome back. Well, it's time to get it all started. I'm over here just tripping and doing some things by myself. Like I say, it's always fun to get everything back rolling again and try to fill yourself in on everything. It doesn't always work, but we're going to do it. So I'm bringing in everybody. Okay, let me go ahead and say, everybody unmute yourselves and come on here and see what's going on with y'all. What's happening, folks?
What's happening?
Hey. Hi, everybody.
Hi. Hey, how y'all doing? Wait, let me unmute Rock. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
everybody. Hey.
Yeah.
Mike still muted.
Your mic is muted still. How y'all doing? How was your week and all that? Of course, we like to go around and talk to everybody, but just want to see how y'all are doing and all that kind of stuff right there. It just seems like it's been a long time since we've been here. It's only been 1 week off, but
right.
But it's still it's family when you don't get to talk to or see your family. You're like, oh man, I wonder how they're doing. So yeah. I missed y'all too. I missed y'all.
I know. Right. I just figured out who Mike reminds me of right now with the hat. I'll tell him when he sits down, but He does remind me of somebody from a show. If you all watch 2.5 Men,
Look, he always
and
got a
when
plate in
Charlie,
his hand.
You know, with a plate.
yeah, yes, but y'all watched 2.5 Men where Charlie was singing to the kids, and he had created that character called Charlie Waffles.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Charlie
Don't he
Wow.
write Charlie Waffles? That's who Mike reminds me of. What
Charlie
the hell
Walker.
is?
Oh,
But what the
Charlie.
hell is he eating over there?
Unmute.
I know, but I let him unmute when he feels like unmuting when
I didn't even know
he's
I was muted.
Yeah.
okay. All right. Well, y'all, as we said, it's good to be back. I got to get revved up and going here. I'm going to need your help. And tonight, I'm just going to say it right now. I'm in the safety zone right this second, but if AT&T kicks me out of here again like it did just a little while ago, y'all hang on, do what y'all do, and I'll be back when it lets me back in. And then tomorrow, I'll be on the phone with them again. You know what? That little master reset mess that y'all call yourself doing didn't do a damn thing. I'll be talking nasty tomorrow. No. But y'all really have to get on them tomorrow because this is ridiculous, when your whole system, everything internet goes out. That's crazy.
Yeah,
So
it is. It is.
So how was your week? We'll start off with Veronica. What's up with you? What you do? What?
What's going on, everybody? What's
going
on? Nothing. Just trying to keep composure around here. Just do what I do. I've been out doing a little shopping. Carrying on. So I'm getting ready to go on this little vacation, and I'm excited. So I'm just trying to keep composure.
Right.
Hello.
All right. Well, good. Rick, what you have going on? Thanks for being here, Veronica. Rick, what you got going on?
I didn't do it. No, I didn't do it.
Oh, it's something you did.
No, just just dealing with the 9 to 5, getting some perspectives. Kids graduating. My son, my youngest one, he's graduating from Barbizon Modeling School, so he set himself up with the photos and the rehearsals. Congratulations! And, my grandson Omni, that little
he's cute.
That little dude there's got to bite his. That little dude, man, is oh my god, that smile, that laughter, it's being a granddad. He a granddad. That's
title.
That's real.
Oh, that's a big responsibility right there.
Yeah, man, it is real, but it's all worth it. It's all worth it. That's it so far. Just like I said, just harnessing my other ventures. Just keeping it on the wraps. Just waiting on we're doing things to make things unfold and not waiting on it. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Happy Friday.
Okay, happy Friday to you too. Right. Well, you know what? We gotta. Oh, wait, Mike, is Charlie Waffles ready? Oh, did he change the hat too?
No, he just put it up.
He just flipped it up. Get his Gilligan on.
Mr. My right. How was your week? Hey,
man,
how's your week?
I had a pretty successful week doing absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's that I'm at that point. I've been it's been about like 7 months, probably 8 months now since I've been retired. So I ain't got cabin fever. I mean, I really don't care. I don't do nothing. Like, I'm just so much at peace, man. Like, it's like what it is, what it ain't. I don't give two scoops. You know what I mean? But when you ain't got no responsibility or you ain't on nobody else's time don't exist. You know what I mean? And so then you start looking into that whole, Dr. Strange type of mindset, say metaphysics. does time really even exist? Because I can tell you right now, I don't sleep, I don't eat, I don't do nothing, but I don't be tired. I just be up. And then my body be like, yeah, we're gonna crash today. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it will shut you down.
Yeah, and then I sleep for like 13 hours. But I got my disability tags this week, so I'm good. I went up to the DMV and I got my tags. My tags say DV something. And got my little placards and everything. You know what I'm saying? It was a smooth process.
Okay.
Then got some callbacks on some of the job applications I've been putting in. So I got like 3 offers. So I got to try to sit here and make a decision. See, you know what I'm saying, see what I want to do. Other than that, man, just been chilling, you know what I mean?
Okay. Cool. Thanks for being here, Michael.
Yeah.
Charlie Waffles. Okay, Margo, what you got going on?
Man,
wake me up.
I'm good.
Well, you're free now because last week, you know, you didn't have a show, but you were released from your job for the summer, which is working with the children. So, how are you doing your first week of freedom?
It's been good. I actually thought my last official day was gonna be on the 3rd, but they like Tuesday, 31st. Like that's it. You go enjoy yourself and enjoy your summer. So I'm just taking it all in, try to figure out stuff I can knock off my list for myself around my home. I just got a huge summer list to like just detail and do some stuff, you know, around my house myself. Get out there and paint and caulk and clean gutters, and sounds like fun, don't it? Work for yourself. Don't necessarily get paid, you know, financially. Get paid in another way. So that's what I'm actually going to look forward to. Probably learn some new skills and do some other stuff, you know. So,
Okay. Well, good. Well, thank you for being here too, Margo. This week for me, this has been a crazy week for me. That's right. The car's at the dealership, and it's been there for a little more than a week. And the only thing that I got today was them saying, "Hey, the computer in your car wants to go back to sleep, so we're gonna let it go back to sleep." They honestly said this to me. We're honestly gonna let it go back to sleep and let it reset, and then we'll try to tell you what's wrong with the car. It's been there since Wednesday, and that's why I'm dead ass serious. So no, that doesn't sound good at all. Now, all that means to me is that the service department is busy as hell, and they haven't gotten to me the way that they're supposed to. And so on Monday, I'm be on, and it'll be. I have a feeling I'm gonna have some male help with me who is gonna say, "Okay, what the hell are y'all doing over there?" And so, you know, because sometimes you think that you don't know about a car, they think you're just dumb, and they try to play with you and everything. I see y'all toasting it up, all right, but
laughing at them both.
Yeah. So I'll make sure I have somebody with me. And then what else happened to me? Oh yeah, my phone shorted out. So I'm on black screen without a phone, and I don't want to get a phone yet until I figure out what's happening with my car first. And so I'm just kind of in a limbo right this moment. But it's a good thing. I'm starting a new venture. I can't talk about the new venture, but it's a new venture.
Rick, you was frozen a minute. It looked like you was singing.
Everybody was freezing. Everybody was frozen.
But I am glad to hear that about your new venture and stuff. So yay!
Yeah. I'm excited about it. It will be something that not under the Tandy brand. The Tandy brand is going to take care of itself and all the stuff that we're getting ready to do there. But this is something a little bit off to the side. So I'm just going to be very quiet. Just do it. Just quiet. Just do it. Just do it. That's it. All right. You know what I'm saying? No talking about it. Just do it.
Like you'll know it when you see it happen.
That's it. Just do it. All right. Well, you know what, y'all? I'm glad to be back, and we're going to be doing the tea. I got topics all over the place tonight, kind of trying to decide where I want to start. But I'll tell you what, let's go ahead. Let's spike some tea. Let's do it. things this week. Well, the first thing one of the things that I saw this week is very, very sad. The passing of Masterpiece's daughter, Tatiana Miller, at age 29. He spoke about it. Romeo spoke about it, and in the public, they haven't said a whole lot to people, but Master P did make a comment, and I'm glad that he did make this particular comment. He says, "Our family is dealing with an overwhelming grief, the loss of my daughter, Tatiana." He said, "We respectfully request some privacy so that our family can grieve. We appreciate your prayers, love, and support." But then he went a little further. Let me see if I can find that part where um, he says, no, they went into this part. They went into the part about what Little Romeo said. Not Little Romeo. I keep saying Little Romeo, but what Romeo said. But there's a part in here, and I'll just tell you what it said. He spoke about that we don't talk about mental illness and substance abuse in our community. And my understanding, based on that comment, there might have been something along that lines, So, I guess at
Oh,
their time that they feel like speaking, they'll speak a little bit more about it. But that's so far the only thing that I learned. Something probably dealing with substance abuse and
Depression or something.
depression, and that's been something here lately where if I don't even know if we were doing a show that week when Naomi Judd passed away, and it was also mental illness type situation, I believe depression, and um, I'm kind of thinking that was a suicide issue, somewhere in there, but they're not wanting to call it that. But uh, whether it was abuse or something, there's something happened in that situation, and it is something that we do need to speak about, especially the Black community. The
Yeah.
Black community really does not want to talk about anything dealing with mental illness and grief or anything like that. They sometimes just sweep it under the rug like it doesn't exist, but it will come to visit you if that is the situation. So, I
mhm.
don't know if anybody has a comment they want to make on any of that.
I had a cousin. It's been a year, maybe a year, just a little over a year, maybe.
Uh-huh.
Um, she wasn't that old. I think she was probably about 19, 20, something like that, maybe.
Hmm.
She went to depression and she passed away.
Right.
And then nobody really know that she was like feeling that way or whatever. I think her family, her immediate family knew, but the rest of us didn't. We didn't know. And
Okay.
my friend, he's going through some depression now, and
Hmm.
he's like really tired of what he's going through.
Right.
Um, can't get up and walk. He's full of fluid. He can't do for himself anymore.
Hmm.
And he keep talking about if he had a gun, he would shoot himself. I mean, he just keep talking about stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I keep trying to
Right.
talk to him. So
It
it's
is hard.
hard. It's hard.
It's very hard.
And
You know.
it's so real, and it hits so many people at home when you think
Right.
about it. It's just that, yeah, we don't really voice it out because of that label of being called crazy or this, that, and the other. But I
Weak.
definitely do, feel that for your friend Veronica, as well as I've had a cousin that
Mhm.
did it. This was like some 5 years back, probably 4 or 5 years back, that committed suicide. Jumped in
Mhm.
front of a little light rail train we have here in
Um,
Austin.
Oh
So
wow.
wow.
that never know it was that bad. But his,
Hmm.
mom and stuff, they tried to get him help, but I
Hmm.
don't know if it really helped.
Well, I
So
don't know what to do for him because none of his family calls and talk to him, and I feel like I'm just trapped right here in this house with him, and I don't know what to do. I mean, go in day in and day out, and I hear
There's
this
a
day.
there's a power in prayer. I can say that because I'm dealing with a lot of that fluid issue, and I have to say I believe I'm on the side now where the water's starting to go down, And I feel really good about that. But I had some really dark days sitting when you're up and it's those hours, what we call the fourth quarter between 3 and 6 a.m. Your thoughts that come to you, those are really hard thoughts sometimes, and you start to question your mortality during that time. You don't know why you're going through this, and you question mortality, because still sitting up in the chair, sleeping and not able to rest and scared to sleep because you don't know whether you're going to wake up. But there's another side for me now. It was a development of allergies to my body now because of the water. I'm now taking allergy medicine that knocks me out. So it's helpful. And I see now the changes happening in my body with the water going, kind of going down. And so it makes me happy, it makes me hopeful. But there was a time, I can honestly say there was a time where I was questioning the mortality. And then I had to say, wait a minute, God, you didn't bring me this far to leave me. I mean, you sit in the middle of the night, you have to say that to yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You did not promise me pain and suffering. Those are things that you have to say to yourself, and some people find it difficult to do that, but that's the talk that you have to have. You have to get angry, you have to get really real and say, this is not what you brought me here for, to be down, to be sick, to have pain and suffering. I mean, you put promises in my heart, and you said, and you put this promise here, and you have to say that to the powers that be. You have to speak it and say it out of your mouth,
Yeah.
and
Like,
then it becomes real.
this ain't it. This ain't. I know this ain't it. But like, please don't
Right.
be finished with me yet.
Yes.
I've definitely
Yes.
said that
And
too.
you have to believe it and say it in strength. So that's what, Veronica, I know it's hard when it's somebody else, and
And I
I
tell him
know.
that, and that's all. I mean, it's like every day he's ready to go. I'm ready to go. I wish God would just come on and take me. This is what I hear every day, and I
And
try
that's
not to
why,
be depressed behind it. I try not to,
yeah,
but it's
probably why
hard.
he's still here. He wants them to learn that ain't how it's going to go.
I keep telling them that. I keep
And
telling them.
see, I'll search and see what could be available to assist him, or even if it's like conversating with someone on that hotline or something like that that could possibly help or encourage him,
Mhm.
you know, to do a little more, or to at least get his mind off of thinking like that. But I know it's going to take a bit. But see what you can find out in your where you live or where you stay.
I am. I am. I'm gonna work on that Monday. Um, I got some things. I got some people that I can call, and I'm gonna work on it Monday. I know everything's closed this weekend, but I am gonna get on it.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you, Veronica. I mean, we'll pray for you,
Thank
and
y'all for advice. Yes, thank
you
y'all.
know, I'll offer some words that I have. I know sometimes people, it's easier said than done, but if I hadn't walked the walk myself, I couldn't speak on it. And I still don't understand what's happening with my body, but I'm hanging in here because you didn't say, Father, that I was going to have this cough. You didn't say that I was going to walk around and not be able to breathe. You didn't say that I was going to be having all this fluid in my body. So I'm
Hey,
looking at it and saying this is a fluke.
hey, Deacon, you don't want to get the collection plate, Deacon.
She speaks. She speaks. I'm not playing either. And I'm not even
Hey,
playing.
hey.
I'm dead serious with it. And I'm like, I be calling on them in the middle of the night.
Right.
The times are rough. So
Yeah, I know.
I'm a true believer of what I speak. A true believer of what I speak. All right. I'm
Call
trying to get my dog straight over here. He's still getting it together. He's been running up and down the stairs, so now he wants to be coughing because ain't nobody told him to be running up and down these stairs. Now he's 14 years old.
No, he was getting the collection plate. That's what he was doing.
He said, "Let me go get that collection plate for her."
I think the possum tried to take it.
He said, "No, man, you ain't get that. You ain't get that." So, but he's running up and down the stairs, and he's 14 years old. He acts like he's 4, and he still thinks that he can just do everything. And I'm looking and okay, buddy, he's struggling over there trying to get on this cover.
Let
But
let that canine geriatric kid kick in. Rick, shut up. Oh.
my baby he's off the chain, but y'all see he's a mess. All right, we got some updates from some stories that we had been, working on, stories that we have gone over, and some news stories here. Let's see, where do I want to start? Okay, remember we talked about the whole Young Thug case and the RICO case and everything. There's like a crap load of information updates on that. So let's see from where I want to start with this because okay, I don't need that. I'll just give you all just an update of where it is so far. When you meet you all in GQ magazine giving the whole damn story, you know it's a big case.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's all in GQ. So you know this damn story. The title of the story is Bail Denials, Shootings, and Incriminating Lyrics. Here's what's been happening in the Young Thug and Gunna's RICO case. So, okay, court proceedings for the colossal 56 count RICO case against Young Thug and his YSL collective are underway in Georgia, where initial pretrial release proceedings are beginning to give us a sense of the prosecution's approach, which includes using Young Thug and Gunna's song lyrics and social media posts. Now, isn't it where Jay-Z is working on right now to not allow that to happen with the lyrics of the songs? Isn't that something that he's working on right now? Am I correct to say that? I heard that recently. And somebody, if y'all find out, just let me know. Okay. Here's what's happening with the trial so far. A police shooting could have been the case inciting incident. This was an interview with DJ Vlad, okay, journalist George Scheide, who covers crime in Atlanta, has reported on Thug and his associates, claimed that YSL member Big Briss, what is that name? BHRIS? Shooting a police officer set off a chain of events leading to the arrest. So Scheide also said that he believes that Thug was aware that there was legal trouble brewing and that the cops were, looking at him. So, they go through this whole thing. Do y'all want to go through the whole thing? Because some part of me is looking at it's like, let me see how much it is that we can. Oh, it's a lot.
I mean, Young Thug and them like that, like even with that genre, to be honest with you, that genre is like not even my forte or like my give a damn meter or radar because, I mean, me, even just the name itself, I'm not going to have an interest, with like so much redundant drama, what I'm saying? Kid with guns and violence and like, all that bullshit, like, it's like, if I hear one more story about Will and Jada,
I'm sorry, I got one for you tonight. I'm sorry.
No, he is grown. You know better. You know what to expect. You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. They all know what's coming when they do what they do. You know what I'm saying? They know something. Right.
And I don't want to go through the whole. The article is in GQ, y'all. You go to GQ.com and you can look at this whole thing, huh? I know, because they got the whole thing in here.
GQ magazine. Either you really done fuck down or you done.
Right, they got the whole thing there, yeah.
Like, shoot.
It's interesting too, like you said, Jay-Z's working on trying to prevent them from using the lyrics from the song. But if you look at these young artists, they are putting all their information in the music they produce and they put out there.
Telling on themselves.
You are incriminating yourself because you talked about this stupid stuff you did.
Keenan Peele did a skit about that.
Yeah.
It's kind of moronic. Yeah.
You describing the whole murder scene in your rap lyrics.
Yeah,
Everything that
nobody,
she did and finna
nobody's smart enough to catch on. Like, really?
You know what they should do? At the end of every song, they should say, hypothetically.
I know, right?
Allegedly.
That's the title of the song. Allegedly or
Right.
hypothetically.
Wow.
They just got to show they need somebody to lead them, you know. But you know what I will do is I will do this next story. YSL alleged co-founder turns himself in on RICO charges. So this is interesting right here. This is another update. A person that the state claims is a co-founder of Young Slime Life has turned himself in on RICO charges. This is what WSB here in Atlanta reports. Walter Murphy was among the 28 individuals named in the RICO indictment against YSL, along with Thug and Gunna. However, Walter is reportedly not in contact with any of the members. Now, this is really funny. I'm gonna read this right here, and I'm gonna tell you what I had to say based on my conversation with Zach a couple of weeks ago. Okay, in the story here, it says he denied that YSL was is a street gang, describing it as a record label or a family. He added that he was a tour manager for the label in its early stages. The past connection to the label ultimately led to his inclusion in the indictment. He already pled guilty to the crimes he was accused of committing. And Murphy was charged with one count of RICO conspiracy, but he's accused of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and an attempted murder involving 4 different people over the course of 3 years. So, however, Murphy's attorney, Jacoby Hudson, said that his client took an Alfred plea, meaning that his plea, he pled guilty for reduced charges. And Murphy explained that he already paid his debt to society. He says, I spent 7 years in prison. While I was in prison, I stayed out of they way, and I just got my GED, completed all my courses, completed my transitional center. I'm transitioned back into the world. I got me a job at a transitional center. Now, Hudson revealed that the prosecution tried to convince Murphy to cooperate against alleged YSL members, but which he declined, and he was released on parole earlier, this year. Now, that's leading me exactly where I was going to say. After, I talked about this case about 3 weeks or so ago, and when Zach gave a little quick commentary on it, he told me behind the scenes, he said, you might as well stay up with that case, because he says everybody gonna start turning on one another. It's RICO. They ain't got no way out. Their asses are not getting out of it. So he says, watch and see. Don't everybody from the uncles to the grandmamas to everybody gonna start turning on one another, because they've got to find a way. Yeah, they got to find a way to reduce their sentence, because ain't no way out of a RICO case. That's your
everybody that's associated with that dude, y'all start training me. Get your voice right.
Yes. And you know what? They got to be careful, because that could mean death also. So they've got to find a way to balance in there, because they start singing the wrong way, they won't sing along.
Hey,
Takeshi
Takeshi 6ix9ine is still living and walking, so I mean, I guess it's okay.
No,
his ass was just on the screen.
Colorful hair.
Yeah, he is. He's a little. But the thing is, I think that he's protected, because he's saying, and when you sing for the right ones, you get protected.
The right one, baby.
So I think that he's saying for the right ones, and therefore him protected. So, but I'm gonna move on. I'm just gonna say let's keep watching that RICO case. I'm sorry, y'all. I started to get more into that whole thing of GQ. They were going too hard at that, and I just don't have the time or really the interest in going that hard on finding out what really happened in that trial. Y'all, once again, go to GQ.com. You'll find out if you really want to get into that whole long story behind the RICO case with 28 people arrested and all the stuff that went down. Okay, But we're going to say on a more favorable tip, we are going to say a big congratulations to Waka Flocka Flame. Waka Flocka. He actually adds another degree to his resume, y'all. He Waka Flocka Flame, whose real name is Joaquin James Malphursis, has added a second degree to his resume. Waka,
His mama was drunk when she named him.
We're keeping him up.
She was
You know,
drunk.
that's weird. It's easy to you know.
Yes.
She had to be really drunk.
We're going to stay right there. Right there. Okay, Walker received an honorary professor degree in humanitarianism and philanthropy from the Bible Institute of America. Right, look at that.
I didn't know.
This means that the Atlanta rapper and entrepreneur can accept a position as a professor and actually teach a classroom of students. From now on, it's Dr. Flocka Flame. I'll be there. Go ahead
my
now.
goodness, that would be so dope. Like,
Yes,
it's my
it would.
Can never judge a book by its cover.
Exactly.
True.
Dr. Flocka Flame. Ain't mad at him.
I like the fact that he admitted, like more so called himself out, like he knew his music was like, as he said himself, it was terrible. It was garbage. You know what I'm saying? He knew that. You know,
if you can go back and correct it on your own.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right. That's admirable. Like, I know I was doing some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But people fed into it. You know, it is what it is, and he redeemed himself to himself, not for people, but for himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's important. So, leading by example. You know, going to what the truth is and calling out about yourself first, starting with yourself.
Right.
It only gets better. It only gets better. And then
that's true.
Better now. He's a doctor.
Well, you know what? I'm going to add this. They said, according to TMZ, the Oh Let's Do It rapper was awarded a huge degree alongside legendary civil rights leader Reverend Jesse Jackson. Walker earned a separate doctorate degree in the same field of study in 2020. Ever since his little brother died of suicide in 2013, Walker has pivoted his brand to focus on mental health initiatives. You know, we talked about that just a little bit ago.
Yeah,
and so there you go. Yes, very admirable. You know, because as I said earlier, the Black community just wants to push that under the rug like it does not exist, and exists for us every day, and it does not let up.
Since we were born,
it
was like embedded or innately in us. It was like shared in our DNA, but that's being redundant. We all know that.
Right.
And, you know, realizing what the curse is and doing something about it. You know, recognizing that's the first step, admitting what the issue is and doing something about it. And that's what that is. That's very important. You know, even like dealing with, we were speaking earlier about, you know, being involved with people that committed suicide. Like a friend of mine, he's been there, Tanya, since, you know, I started, you know, I joined, you know, Magic Video, real life.
Right.
And he took me under his wing since the age of like 12, 13 years old. And then he was at my junior high graduation and high school graduation. But I didn't know that, you know, after years going by, I didn't know that he was doing something remedial or dealing with something serious. You know, people pour so much into other people, they forgot to check and give attention to their own health. You know, they forget or just don't even count it. But you know, there's certain signs that we need to bear witness to. You know, peep those signs and learn about the signs. You know, learning what the last text said. What did that last text say? What did it say? You know, out of the blue. What was that text out of the blue? You know, little things like that. You know, so yeah.
That's a wonderful thing when people pay attention, because this is a very serious subject, and it's time for us as people, but us as people of color, to really wake up to the issues. You know,
not be afraid to reach out. Not be afraid to reach out and say something about what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep
Not
talking.
making somebody else feel afraid or make somebody else feel embarrassed. So you better keep that to yourself. The world don't need to know
Like,
that. The
no.
world
Right.
needs to know that. Wait a second. I need help.
Now, see, everybody worry about what the world think, and like I always tell you, man, ain't nobody really necessarily paying your bills, helping you, or directly affecting you, man. You know, F them people. That's what I say. You know what I mean? F them. But everybody always worried about what somebody else think. They're worried about the world. So you gonna make me suffer or let me suffer because you worried about what the world think.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody talking about the world. You know, I seen a little TikTok video where the guy kind of went on, you know, about, you know, a person in their particular actions, and then, you know, the neighborhood and their particular actions in the neighborhood and in the community and their particular action. He just kept going on until eventually he got about to the world. Well, before you can get to the world, you got to start with yourself, somebody else, the neighborhood, the community, you know, from the community, the county, the city, from the city, the county, the city, the state, and then the, you know what I'm saying, the country, and then, you know what I mean? So it was a nice little thing that he did on TikTok. I can't think of his name. But when you think of it in that aspect, we starting at home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think me and Rick was talking like, you know, black folks as it is, the moment we come out of, the moment we born, my bad, the moment we born, you know what I'm saying? We born with PTSD. You know what I'm saying? We're born suffering. We already.
I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and so I could go on and on and on, but it's just one of them things, man. Like, no one is taught how to process, let alone even talk about it. I probably could talk to you about it, and the world don't have to know. But since you ain't listening, I'm gonna go tell a friend.
Right.
And then, you know, and so on and so forth. I'm gonna keep talking until somebody help me. That's what the hell I'm asking for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, you know. Anyway, man. Yeah. And the reason I kind of got quiet on this stuff, man, because I done been there. I done been there, done that 2 times and came back. You know what I'm saying? And when, you know, they tell you see people say, man, don't give up hope. You don't give up hope. It's just everything that you value seems to be gone. Simple things. Just like getting up, going to the bathroom, trying to turn over and can't turn over. Trying to sleep, you can't sleep. Mind steady going, won't shut off. And ain't nobody coming to holler at you, busy, just take care of you or whatever. And then the one person that is, you know that you running them ragged. So you try to get him a break, and then you just like, man, this person don't deserve this, not coming from me. And hell, I can't do what the things that I want to do to even enjoy a day. Why the hell am I here? I'd rather just go on the Lord, you take me now, take my soul. You know what I mean? You know, that's how it get to some people, and you just lose all hope. And people like, stay positive. I mean, sorry, man, for what? Like, what do I have to stay positive for? I'm hurt. I ache. I can't walk. I can't pee. I can't breathe. I can't sleep. I can't do nothing. So what the hell do I want to be here for? See what I'm saying? But you know,
Right, I get you.
Though. You know what I'm saying? But that's the people that's dealing with that immediately.
Yeah. I think you froze, but yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, you froze from over there. Okay.
Okay, when your family come check on you, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, just using Veronica as a example, the family came and said, hey, Ron, we just came to check on you. Hey, you know, son, we came to check on you. And spent the day, laughed, cooked, and everything. That little bit of laughter helps.
Yeah,
and it pushes you on for another day, another week, another month. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So you have something to look forward to. When people have no vision of forward, what's the point? Because I'm stuck in the now. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, yes, you know, We live now, reflecting on yesterday, but all of that's supposed to help us make better tomorrows. If tomorrow you can't see, then why the hell am I here? And that's how people think. I'm not just saying that. At least that's how I was thinking. And I know I ain't the only one. You know what I'm saying? And so it affects you. And you can hold it in. You can hold it in all you want, but you are going to explode. You are going to break. And I'm telling you, because the first time I had my meltdown, I didn't know what the hell was wrong with me. I was punching walls, putting holes through walls, kicking doors, crying, farting, shitting, and everything else. I didn't know what the hell was wrong. I couldn't explain it. Right. What's wrong? What's wrong? Oh no!
I just know there's something there. I don't know what to label it or to call it fully, other than it's really it's got me down and gotten a hold on me. So definitely.
And so I'm gonna tell you right now, if I seem long-winded, that's why. Because I'd be damned if I feel like that again.
Yeah, I understand.
You gotta get mad too. You gotta get mad and be like, okay, this is this ain't it. Like something's off, something's wrong, something. Let me go see everything I can possibly do. So
it is serious, and we know it's serious because it seems like, remember how we say when one thing happened, it seemed like the rest of the world experienced the same thing. So everybody's talking about the same thing, right? Either they get an education in it, they starting their own business, starting nonprofits. Everybody is focused on the same thing because it is something that needs attention. So that's why it's there, man. That's why the people like that. Sorry about that, man. I kind of went on a tangent, but it's just like, you gotta speak.
No, but that's what people need to hear. That's what people need to hear. So
we rather you talk about it, yeah.
So
for the most part, I mean, everybody has a different way of coping process.
Yeah.
And whereas I have my way of my coping process, Michael has his way of his coping process. Somebody might be able to relate to anybody, but not, someone may say that they don't want to call it out like I did, or somebody may, just whatever. So us talking about it is the first step to people getting it and seeing how serious it is.
Knowing that it's okay. Knowing that it's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to feel all
not just being told it's okay to talk about it. Actually know it for yourself.
Right.
Exactly.
Knowing the environment that you're in. Because
I was kind of ashamed to talk about it here. And then I said, why? When there's somebody out there who's going through the exact same thing. And not on the platform to speak about it. But I was a little embarrassed at first because I've always been a private life private. That's the first thing my mentor taught me about this business, keep your private life private. So I lived for many years doing that. But there's a certain point here when on this type of a platform, a closed mouth is not helpful to other people out there. Right. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk.
A closed mouth is not feeding. It's not feeding or eating.
Right. Yep. So I thank you, Michael, and I'm grateful that we can all talk about it. Well, let's talk about something real light now. We're going to switch over to some light stuff that is just more fun for just a few moments, because I gotta shoot the messenger in here. And I don't want y'all guys jumping on me. I'm just delivering the story.
Directed to the guys. Wow.
It's not directed, but I know how the guys can be. They're like, I'm like, no, I am just delivering this. It is not going to be about Kevin sandwiches, so you know. Okay. And who I was very surprised, I went back and looked at, I binge watched the entire season of Atlanta. And for anybody who hasn't seen it, they're a little strange sometimes. But the very first episode was what I had told y'all about. Remember, I said Lake Lanier has a whole city of, they say, a black town underneath the water. That was in the opening episode. And this whole story, which turned out to be a true story about this child, y'all have to go see it. It kind of freaked me out. The whole episode freaked me out. But the fact that they addressed it, I don't think they didn't say Lake Lanier, but I think they made it just obvious for people who know the story, you know, but y'all have to see it. That whole doggone season was off the chain. So I binge watched every night, just about watching 2 or 3 episodes a night.
I
So
like the
I would
one
suggest.
No,
somebody
thank you.
showed a clip of the invisible card that hit. That was funny. The invisible
Well, I
card.
tell you, they're so funny to me. But once you get past that opening episode, there are so many other episodes. Some are kind of strange, and some are a message, and some are just straight funny. But you have to see it. It is worth seeing. I will shout out to um,
Is it
Glover. What's his name? Donald
Donald
Glover.
Glover?
Yes, shout
I
out him
love
because
it. Yes.
yeah, yeah.
That
Shout out to
sounds
him.
that talented mother.
Childish Gambino.
Childish Gambino.
Yeah, because he did it on that Atlanta. I took a look.
Also, what people don't know or may have forgotten, he was a part of this comedy trio called Derek Comedy. All one word, Derek Comedy on
Really?
YouTube. I'm telling y'all.
Oh, so he's a part of the thing. Ain't that a part of what we watched with the chicken thing? Or no?
With all them, they
Well,
were
they have
funny to
like
me.
they're a collective. They're a collective, and they do like all kinds of like skits.
Yeah.
You know, some
Okay.
is just like dark humor. Some is like a lot of it's intelligent humor, offbeat humor,
Okay.
basically. Offbeat humor. Like my favorite one is self-defense, and our family's ultimate favorite one is called National Spelling Bee. And when you hear after he says your word is check it out.
Okay.
Their comedy,
Okay.
National
I'll
Spelling
check
Bee.
it out.
Oh my
And
God.
y'all check out Atlanta because there was a point that they made throughout the whole season when they had so many skits where white folks were. There was one skit, the one show where reparations. Black folks have found out that in their history that white folks owned their family as slaves and they were coming back after them. And so they had shows like, oh, it was funny. Oh, the stuff was just hilarious. Just
No.
it was hilarious. I'm telling you, it was just things like that, or thoughts that you think sometimes. And like when they were at this party, Lakeith Stanfield was at this party, and he tried to just say something to this Asian girl, and she took it that he was trying to talk to her. So all the white folks in the room, this is in Amsterdam, they made it like it was an atrocity that she turned him down. It was some racial stuff. So they stormed her, and they were crying. They were like, I can't believe you went through that. They were crying. Lakeith was like, it wasn't that bad. But you should just see it was just funny. It was just hilarious. But that is just typical Donald Glover humor, you know. But check out the season.
Wow.
Dealing with Donald, I can only imagine.
Yes,
I can only
it was
imagine.
just
Just pass him. Can't put him.
Even,
Oh my God. Just real quick. Another skit he did with Derek Comedy is called Jazz Man. Jazz Man. Jazz Man.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
check it out.
Cried. We cried.
Yeah.
Me and my son,
We'll have to check that
for a
out.
long time. We cried.
We'll check it out.
Laughing, just tears pouring. All right, I'm gonna let y'all have it.
Well, you know something? I'll say one more thing and then I'll go. Yeah, and Veronica, I need to do the group picture. When Mike comes back in, we'll do the group picture. I have to say this season, I saw more of each character develop, even Zazie Beetz. I saw more of her character. The last episode was about her, you know, so it was really interesting, you know, so y'all check it out.
From time to time, he concentrated on each individual character.
Right. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, it's like giving them giving people a perspective, like, why do you do this? Why should this? And it's like,
but she was doing stuff the whole season. I didn't understand it, but he explained it on the last episode. But speaking of episodes, y'all, I got to go to this story real quick. I imagine that you all won't be hearing this story very long, but I just have to focus on it for just a moment because I just watched it last night. Andy Cohen says that he's never seen anyone like this Real Housewives of Dubai. start, I watched it last night, right? It came on Wednesday night and I recorded it. And I watched it and they were really off the chain. The Real Housewives of Dubai, they are really super duper off the chain. But there is, like, I agree with Andy. There is one character by the name of Chanel Ayan. They just call her Ayan. She is the first black supermodel over there. I think she is um, what is her roots from Africa? I can't remember. Somalian. She's Somalian. And I tell you, she had me just tripping because she was high on herself, but I kind of liked it because I loved seeing her that she was sure of everything. They were talking about something else at the party and she wasn't invited to the party. She stopped them all and said, "Can we talk about something that involves me, please?" And she was dead ass serious about it. Can we talk about something that involves me? And I was like, okay, sis.
In that accent.
Yes. Can we talk about something that involves me?
Please.
I was like, okay, please.
Like, it sounds like, she's like delicately, can I get on your asses, please? I'm gonna do it anyway.
She was off the chain. So, I mean, I have to give it to them. There was one girl who is Jamaican. There's one girl who is from the Boston area. Both of these girls are black also. There is a white lady from the Caroline. She's from the States. There is a girl named Sarah. She's Emirates, so she's from the UAE. Lebanese. She's a Lebanese, and there's another young lady. Where is she from? I can't remember. One was Lebanese, one was Arab, so I don't remember exactly. But there, it's really interesting cast. And if you get a chance, look, because you want to talk about some high end, those girls, they off the chain with it. They off the chain with it. And so I had to just look so that I could just be like, oh, okay. They off the chain with it.
A whole nother level.
Yeah, whole another level. What they Key and Peele? Never Key about Key?
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
Not left.
Okay.
They certainly are. So check them out. Okay, do I dare? Oh, first I'll go into this other story first before y'all tear a hole in me over this one story. Let's talk about Nene. Okay, Nene right now.
What's going on with Nene?
From the Real Housewives of Atlanta, formerly of, she was the original. She said she would never steal someone's husband after an accusation. She said, this is too much. So right now, Nene is defending herself and her relationship. She said after being accused in a lawsuit of intimacy with boyfriend Neon. I just gave him a name, I guess.
You gave it a good go. You gave it a good go.
You were trying to make it roll off the tongue.
I try to make it sexy. You try to get it sexy,
Your tongue started to hurt.
Yeah, yes. And he was in a relationship with his wife, Melamine Temacion.
All right, Tanya.
So,
yeah, you gonna
try it.
You need some Botox.
Jesus.
It's like,
hey, mama's a drunk. That's all.
So now
she's gonna need some coconut oil put on her face.
So now Nene is speaking out. She's saying she addressed the situation on Instagram Live, according to TMZ, where she told the viewers to show each other a little more love. She says, I'm already out here a husband stealer. This is too much. And ain't nobody out here stealing husbands. Are they? I would never, is what she said. So she said the video came out just hours after the outlet surfaced at a lawsuit in which Temacion claims that Leakes' relationship with Sion ultimately broke up her marriage. And so in the documents, the wife blames Leakes' active social media presence, which features many posts of her husband, and for causing her emotional distress, humiliation, and even loss of affection. The plaintiff is seeking.
I'll say this. as I'm gonna dip my toe in terms of being devil's advocate. You know what I'm saying? But I'll say this. Um, they call people stealing spouses, but they're not talking about giving them away, hence pushing them out. You know, there's some degree in which we have to take responsibility, you know, in terms of abuse. So it's pretty much you are helping them liberate themselves, you know, helping them liberate themselves from inside. Like, okay, enough is enough. And what's this song by Betty? Clean Up Woman?
Ah, yeah.
And there's clean up men out there as well, but it's
Clean up woman,
like hence clean up.
you clean up man.
And it's like you sweeping dust, or you sweeping that which you consider as dust unworthy, right?
Right.
But really it's you know, as we all you know, it's really valued. It's unrecognized value that you treat it like trash, you treat it like dust. You know what I'm saying? So you're pretty much keeping you're keeping, I would say, love alive. You're playing your part, but don't realize what part you're playing. You're so caught up in just pushing someone out with actually trying to figure out how to make it better. You know what I mean? But that's where I stand on that. You know, it's not just, it's not a matter. It looks that way, but we don't know what's going on, and we don't know what's going on the inside.
And then
Right.
we don't know what he's telling her. So it's not Nene that's stealing, but what is the
Right.
dude saying? What is he doing?
What
He's
is he
making a
saying?
choice. He's
You
making
know?
an obvious choice.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
his wife need to be mad at him.
But they still
Hey,
need to
look
clean
here,
that
But she
stuff up.
can't get the money. But she can't get the
Hey, look
money
here.
if she's mad at the husband. She got to be mad at Nene in order to get, because that's what I was getting ready to say. It's $100,000 that she is suing for.
And she's suing Nene, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
I'm gonna just tell you like this here, man. Love and a cough cannot be hidden.
Love
You
and
know
a
what I'm
call.
saying?
Say that again.
Love and a cough cannot be hidden.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Love and a cult.
Yeah.
The coke.
Love and a
What that
cough
mean?
cannot be hidden.
And a cough.
Cough.
cannot be.
So like cough. So basically it's just like, think about how difficult it is to kind of not cough or hide a cough. Regardless whether you cough out loud or if you do whatever, you can't hide a cough.
You just gonna come
So,
out.
you know what I'm saying? So when you say love and a cough cannot be hidden, if a cough can't be hidden, love can't be hidden, because when you feel for somebody, you feel for somebody.
Right.
And based off of how you feel, you're gonna respond, you're gonna react. So whatever the hell going on in that relationship, ain't nothing being hidden. It's coming out. It's gonna come out.
Mhm.
Whether it's the man, whoever the hell he doing and saying what he's saying,
As
whether
I
it's the
said.
woman, and whatever else. So you know what I'm saying? You know,
I got
it's
scared. I thought Mike was saying that, because I got a cough over here and everything, that I won't go ever get no
nah,
love. And
it
I
wasn't
got a
like
little
you.
nervous for a moment.
He never gonna get no love. No, he
Nah.
So hey, that sting that builds up in the back of your throat, that sting that you're trying to hold in the back of your throat, that throat,
He just thought.
it's gonna come out.
Yeah.
That THOKE is coming out. That sting is gonna happen.
Jesus.
that's a different analogy. I have not heard that one before. But love and a cough cannot be healed.
Well, that's a Japanese proverb type of deal, or a Japanese idiom type of deal. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
But like,
That's almost like a haiku.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
That's haiku.
Oh, you
And
know
then
what?
for old buddy, it's another one that they got, and it's basically it's another way of saying something else that y'all probably heard, but it's just like a man who chases two rabbits don't deserve one.
Because they both fast and they go in several different directions.
And the way you may have heard it before is
Yeah.
a bird in the hand. What did they say? A bird in the hand
is worth two in the bush.
Right. You
A
see what
bird
I'm
in the
saying?
hand is worth two in the bush.
Yeah.
I come from the old school people. That's what the stuff that they said. Things like that. I know the old school saying.
Yeah. So, but I like that because it's a little bit different, and then to me that would make a little bit more sense. You know what I'm saying? A man who chases two rabbits don't even deserve one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Remember, Veronica, you remember enough is enough and too much is good for nothing.
Uh-huh.
Enough is enough and too much is good for nothing.
That was so fast.
Yes. Enough is enough and too much is good for nothing. That's what the
Right.
country saying.
Hey,
Play.
that's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
Okay.
Your auntie used to say that one on a regular.
Yes. Yes. All them sayings, boy. Oh, let's do the picture real quick, y'all. Let me go ahead and get y'all on the good picture. Because I stole some pictures when you weren't looking. Yeah.
All right.
What we got
All
here.
right. All right.
Oh,
Let
wait.
me figure out the screenshot. Let me figure out the screenshot.
Yeah.
Thing.
Oh, yeah. I'm still get y'all. Let's do it again. Let's try it again. 3, 2. Let's see what's coming up over here. I'm over here just doing stuff. I'm going to get back at y'all in a minute when I look at it, because sometimes I be thinking, oh, it's a good picture. Yeah. And I look at it, we all like,
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't matter to me.
Looking all syndromic.
That'd be you that be like, I don't like that picture.
Okay, well, let's see anything left here on Miss Nene real quick. Let's see. The former housewife went on Instagram official with Sia on December 2021. At the time, told people that Sia brought joy to Leakes' life while she was grieving the loss of her late husband, Greg Leakes. During the reunion for the first season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Leakes infamously told Kim Zolciak Biermann to close your legs to married men. Y'all remember that? And the comment came after Zolciak Biermann, 44, told host Andy Cohen that Big Papa, with whom she had an on-again, off-again relationship, was still legally married to his wife, but in the process of getting a divorce. And so they just went over the history here of things that she said to Kim and back and forth, and we don't need to go through that and what's going on with the two of them right now. I don't need to know what's going on with them right now. So it's too much. It's too much.
Know what traffic you belong in. Know what traffic. Hey, know what traffic and back roads you belong in.
I know, right?
If you gonna take the back road, you better make sure the damn streets is clean.
Hey.
Yeah.
You know what? The reason why we have to do another picture is because mine, for some reason, I don't know why, I get blurry sometimes. Maybe it's when I'm shaking.
You got the AT&T remix.
You got the shakes. You got the shakes.
So, because I see it right now, it's not looking good. It's not looking good on my phone. So I'm not going to take.
If your picture taking skills got anything to do with your service,
yeah.
If your picture taking skills got anything to do with your service, then I know them pictures is all fucked up.
Because I'm telling you right now, it is blurry. I'm looking at my phone, and it is. No.
Got an expensive camera. You got an expensive camera with a great value quality. Rick, shut up.
I'm gonna wait until this looks better before I take a picture.
On there, great value.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait until this looks better before I take one.
Look at that. See, that's what happened when you have champagne taste with beer money. You better sit your ass down.
No, I have a service that is supposed to be
everybody got
treating me
stuck.
right over
Everybody
here.
froze stuck.
Anything in that apple juice?
What?
Yeah, I'm
drinking apple juice, y'all.
I'm drinking Riesling.
More like apple loose. Rick, shut up.
I'm drinking Riesling tonight, but I'm still mad not be looking like this. And so I might in a minute take the picture.
No, you're gonna put us on blast. Put yourself on blast. How about that?
What? I just said I was drinking Riesling. Did I just say I was drinking Riesling?
Yeah, you did.
Hey,
didn't that super California?
She over there sounding like a damn black Look, she sound like a black Teletubby.
Hey, Michael. Mama say.
Oh
Oh
saw
my
the
Lord,
mixture
Jesus.
between Teletubby and Elmo.
Hello.
I'm
Hold on. And
a
Crazy Bone.
Oh no.
Y'all
Stop.
crazy.
No.
Oh, let me
Or was
see
it
if I
Lazy
can-
Bone?
Y'all ain't got it all
It
today.
was Lazy Bone.
Oh,
When
oh
you
my
see
God.
Popeye.
Oh,
Y'all
gosh.
stupid.
You okay, buddy?
Oh,
You got my dog coughing now.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
he's gonna mama say mama Sama Michael's side too.
you're
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the real lyric.
Remix.
That's what he's actually saying.
Yeah. You know, it was.
Speaking of Michael.
He didn't say I'm gonna say it on the side of Michael's house.
No.
Huh?
I'm gonna say
I'm gonna say
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
yeah,
not
yeah.
I'm
Michael's
gonna say it
house.
on the side.
What?
No,
Yeah,
credit goes to nephew Tommy T. Harvey. He said that I'm gonna say it on the side of Michael's house. I almost got into a wreck that day. That morning. I almost got into a wreck.
Y'all are
Yeah.
crazy.
Lord Jesus.
Well, you know what? I have just made a decision just now. I'm going to talk about this last story with Vivica Fox in a minute. I think I'm going to push the don't shoot the messenger topic over into the living room. I'm going to push it into the living room because I have a feeling that it's going to require a little discussion.
Okay.
I'm afraid and I'm scared I might go out.
Michael, raise your hands. You gotta do the hands and bite the lip. There you go.
Tony, Shimon.
Yeah.
Y'all talking about Michael. I'm watching the movie.
Speaking of earlier, Veronica talking about that. They're doing the
And I'm still not getting a good shot. Doggone it.
Maybe you need a good shot, Tanya. Tanya, maybe you need a good shot.
You know what? I am taking a shot. Poppy.
I bet you is taking a shot. That's why your ass can't take no damn picture.
Probably over the top.
You said she feeling too good to take her picture right.
I was trying to ask Poppy, he's not drinking Riesling. He's leaving. I'm drinking the Riesling. Hi.
Poppy, don't ask him no questions. He don't want to not get in it.
No, stop. Just stop.
Hi, Lisa. Hi.
No,
Hello.
stop.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh
Let me go to this doggone story.
Here we go.
That's that team no sleep, man. Y'all better.
Oh man, let me get to this story so I can stop laughing with y'all. Okay. And y'all want to talk about Vivica and her view of Jada Pinkett Smith right now? You want to talk about Todd and Julie Chrisley? Which one y'all want?
I don't even know who the second people you just named was.
Right.
Yeah.
Who that?
I know him. I know what you're talking
about. Yeah. The trouble, they're in trial right now. They have Chrisley Knows Best. They have the reality show called Chrisley Knows Best.
Yeah.
And he goes on, he's supposed to know sometime. He's funny to me. He's funny.
Yeah. Well, I think that's part of something that's coming out. Was saying that they.
You see. Yeah, exactly what's happening.
I really thought whenever I first saw the
when
show,
I saw it, I kind of like, so he married, but like his wife don't know that he something's off.
We got 2 children, right?
Something's off.
Nah, because what they call him
3. Okay.
To me, I just thought he was just a real flamboyant metrosexual. I mean, you do have those people. I mean, it was people that when I met them, and I admit that at the time I was prejudging. But when I met them, I was like, "Ain't no way!" I said they must have got married just to
cover
scam,
up,
to scam. You know what I'm saying? I said they got married just to scam the Air Force, because some of them young folks get married, just to kind of they agree to get married so they can get the extra whatever, and then and then they end up.
Ooh, I can't talk about that one.
You know what I'm saying? But then they end up actually learning each other, and so then it just works. You know what I'm saying? But I thought somebody was one way and another. But the thing is, the guy was pretty much metro, and then the girl was pretty much a tomboy. So it worked for them. Like it was just
balance.
But you see what I'm saying? So there was a balance there, and they are fucking perfect. Like they cooler than a fan, do anything for you. So it never took away from that. But like at first, when you first meet, you like you know what I'm saying? You make that assumption, okay, he fruited some gun and she probably out there licking carpet. You know what I mean? And yes,
look. Hey, look,
but when you act, and that's why, and I'm gonna just use this as an example as a teaching moment. But that's why when you get to know folks, you learn something totally different. And they trust me, he was as manly and it was as much of a hoe as a man would be, and she was just as feminine and pretty and everything else. But you know what I mean? That was what you saw on the surface, wasn't who they were on the inside. And then you end up finding out that they're very, very good people, very, very talented, very, very brilliant, got all kind of entrepreneur type of ideas, and then that they're gonna be successful in life. You just know it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So look beyond the surface, I guess. I guess that's the lesson I can throw.
But what if you see it in family members? What if you see the same identical thing in family members?
I'm gonna tell you.
Love them and let them be.
Look,
I love them all together. I love them all together. But I'm saying, you have been around these people like practically all your life,
and you know it. You ain't gotta say nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't got. I mean, you can say something if you want, or you can just kind of go talk to them and see if they willing to share. But I know when my son, did some things that I thought was a little, questionable, and it wasn't that I was going to dislike him or not. Whatever. But I told him, I said, "Say, son, if that's what you want to be, I said, you better be the best damn thing at it. I said, you better go all the way. Like, shit, don't half step." You know what I'm saying? So I said, I'm gonna love you regardless because you mine. You know what I'm saying? I said, so I don't care nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? Your business is your business, and it ain't nobody else's. And anybody got something to say about it, you know what I'm saying? Come holler at me, play up. You know what I mean?
I got you there.
Yeah,
I got you there.
So they need to holler at themselves.
You know what I'm saying?
If they manage their own household and manage who they are and learn who they are first, learn who you are, learn to be self-aware, you really won't have to worry about trying to talk or trying to be on anyone's outside trying to look in.
I'm doing something different. So I look at y'all. I need y'all to look at the camera and look at the and smile. I am doing something different. You ready? In 3.
That's what they need to do. That's what they need to do. Something different. And then they
I heard the click.
Okay.
They work out.
We're gonna see if that better.
And then
okay, go ahead.
Look, as long as I look good, can we talk about me, please? Like that's what. Can we do something that concerns me?
That involves me.
Welcome to another segment of Convenient Cam.
You know what I'm saying?
So she's my new hero, though. She is my new hero. Well, she just said, "Can we talk about something else? Something that involves me?"
I'll just say, man, when I was stationed in Djibouti for 8 months, and I got to travel. I got to travel to the Horn of Africa, East Africa, and from where? Hold on, shit, I can't say that. Somalia was real close. I just say that. You know what I mean? Somalia was real close. And I'm telling you, man, like everything that I've ever seen in the States on TV about Africa was just like a total fucking it was misleading. I got over there and I was like, man, these people beautiful, like, and and then they smart, they educated, you know what I'm saying? They know more about America than I do. I'm like, what type of shit is this? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And for them to be competitive, get along. And for them to be competitive in the world, they gotta learn, multiple languages. So they like trilingual, you know what I'm saying, quadrilingual, however you want to say that. Like, and it's like all I know is English and a little bit of Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they telling you all about your politics, your background, your history, and everything. And you're like, well, damn shit, I better go pick up a book some damn well. You know, like the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So it's just so crazy. Then they make you think that everything is just poor. You go downtown, you see 6-star hotels. I'm exaggerating, but I mean they 5-star hotels. They got clubs, and you know, and man, it's just sorry.
Fox said that it's beautiful over there.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Y'all are crazy. Okay, we're gonna do this story here with the Chrisleys. We're gonna do this story with the Chrisleys. Oh, wait a minute. Zach says hello to
Hey,
us.
Zach.
Well, me and the crew. Something.
Tell Zachary we said hi.
He's there on the thing.
I'm messing with it.
You sound like you work at Radio Shack or something.
You know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
hi, my name's Zach, and I'm gonna teach you how to drive your cars. You know what I'm saying? Come on down here to the car shop.
You gonna do an ad for him? You go do an ad for Zach.
You know what I'm saying?
Welcome, Zach. Welcome, Zach. Welcome, Zach.
All right, let's see this. Chrisley knows best story, and then we're going to the living room. The jury in the fraud trial of Todd and Julie Chrisley have begun deliberating. Okay. In the bank fraud trial, and Julie Chrisley have begun deliberations. They heard nearly 3 weeks of testimony in the case. 2 jurors were dismissed throughout the trial. The Atlanta federal jury in Reality Stars Todd and Julie Chrisley's bank and tax fraud trial began deliberations on Friday afternoon after nearly 3 weeks of testimony from the prosecution and defense witnesses. The celebrity couple, who found fame in 2013 when the USA Network picked up their reality show, Chrisley Knows Best, are accused by federal prosecutors of running a years-long scheme of defrauding banks. Prosecutors say they, with the assistance of a former business partner, manipulated finances, making it appear that they were wealthier than they were, to apply for more than $30 million in loans, which they spend on luxury lifestyle that they couldn't afford. Now, when the banks caught up with them, the Chrisleys filed for bankruptcy, walking away $20 million in debt. The couple went on to hide money from the IRS with the help of their former accountant, Tarantino. That's what prosecutors say. Tarantino was also charged in conspiracy. All 3 defendants have denied the charges. If they're convicted, they face up to 30 years in prison. And the jurors got the case around 2 p.m. on Friday, and they'll deliberate until at least 5 p.m. before leaving for the weekend. In the 2 weeks, a man and woman have been dismissed from the jury. The man didn't return to hear the case on May 23rd after notifying the court that he had tested positive for COVID-19. On Friday, a woman was dismissed after she appeared to be fighting sleep during the assistant U.S. Attorney Thomas Krepp's closing argument. It was probably boring as hell. Judge Eleanor Ross told the woman that she had been watching her struggle to stay awake throughout the whole trial and felt it impaired her ability to find the case. The jury denied that she was sleeping, and the 3 defense attorneys objected her, dismissal. The jury of 12 is 2 alternates remain. But I wanted to know more about the man who. Okay, here it is. Todd Chrisley had a gay affair with the man who helped him to commit fraud, and the couple paid $38K to keep a secret. Now, this is what is being said out here. In a shocking court development, the reality star. I see Zach saying he good in the ad department. So, Mike, I don't know. We're gonna hire you soon. We can't hire you right away though. but he said, in a shocking court development, the reality star was accused of carrying on an affair with partner Mark Braddock in the early 2000s. Now, in addition to being lovers, the two also allegedly teamed up to commit fraud by submitting false bank reports and evading $2 million in taxes. According to the Business Insider, the two had a personal falling out in 2012, long after they ended their affair. Now Todd is 53, locked Mark out of the office and threatened to have him arrested. After the falling out, Mark confessed that he became vengeful and sent incriminating information about the Chrisleys to the government and the news organizations tipping them off. Wow.
Mm.
And so then it goes about them evading the taxes and the bank, the fraud, and all that stuff. So there was an alleged affair. And
Oh,
somebody
I
got
knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Somebody got mad and decided to throw some papers and some shade. And
Love and a cough cannot be hidden.
right.
Mm.
love
But
and Tanya's cough cannot be hidden.
It sounds like they've been watching Trump and sit
No,
there
don't
and
be
do
talking
that.
about my president.
All that.
What you gonna say about my president? Margo.
Well, to
Margo.
be lying about your numbers, appearing to have more money than you actually have.
Are you talking about
I
Trump
mean, hey,
money?
it's the American way.
That one right there.
It's
Yeah.
the American way.
I'm sure people do that. And people do that all the time. Margo.
You said he
It's the
did it up.
American way.
Margo trying to start a fight, talking about my president.
Ain't trying to start a fight, but I mean that's what that sound like. Like how they look like you go somewhere and lie and say we had this much money and then come back and fall back in the face.
Well, y'all, let's try this one more time.
I wish
Let's try this one more time about this picture because I got a clear screen for a moment. Let's try it again. Y'all ready? Okay, I still got on glasses on there, so hold on a minute. Let me take off the damn glasses. That means I'm that far behind over here. Oh, hold on. Okay, let's see. Y'all go ahead and smile. Let's see if this is a better. What the hell is Rick doing? Looking like he did when he was doggone 12 years old. We're going to do it again.
What happened?
Yeah.
I forgot what happened when it happened.
Okay, well, go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't even know what we're talking about. I just saw an opportunity to see about getting a picture.
You look like you're still taking opportunities. You ain't slick.
Yeah, I'm trying to get y'all real quick. Oh, that's much better. So much better. Oh my goodness. Now I look crazy. I'm the only one who look crazy, but y'all are fine. I think we need more.
JJ.
I don't like what I look crazy.
Tay.
Hold on, we'll do it one more time. If I could just and then we're going to go on to the living room from here because I'm ready to get into some real discussions because I have a feeling that we're going to be knocking down some stuff in just a few moments. Okay, now Mike is moving into his mode. Okay, let's go in 3, 2, 1. Do it one more time. 3, 2, 1.
Stuck like that for real. He was frozen.
Oh man. Now you know sometimes it doesn't do it when I tell it to do it, so we'll see how these turn out. Because I do need to go ahead and put it on social media. I am running behind on doing that tonight. Okay, that's decent. Rick looked like he was drunk, but
I'm appalled.
I
don't like you said that. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling, you know?
No, because you were doing something like, so you'll see it. You're looking off somewhere. You'll see it. But not accusing me of nothing. All right.
I'm good because I'm good, you know? I'm good, baby.
Crazy. You're
Alcohol.
stupid.
Right.
Y'all don't love me. Y'all don't love me.
It's time to leave the living room because y'all tripping hard. It's time to leave the Who Spiked the Tea. I'll see y'all in the living room in just
All
a
right.
few minutes. Everybody hang
All
tight. Hello and welcome to the living room. Again, I'm Tanya Dixon with the panel here, and it's time for us to get into it. Tonight's topic is don't shoot the messenger. You know, and actually, Michael, this was your topic, and I'm not sure if you remember how you came up with it, but I want you to go ahead and talk about how you came up with it if you remember the whole
You
thing.
can't even believe in me. I was high. Nah, I'm just man. Shout out to that man, Chris Tucker, man. But no,
Crazy.
it's crazy. It's crazy because we came up with that topic like over a week ago.
Right.
Yeah, I know it involves. I know, like basically, it involves like, you know what I'm saying. You know, when you end up punishing an innocent party simply because they the bearer of news that you may not necessarily find pleasant.
Right.
I can't remember the exact conversation we was having because we have so many, but it basically was revolving around that. For example, I make phone calls to handle business, and a lot of the phone calls have auto things talking to you. And for whatever reason, when we were talking about pet peeve, that's one of my damn pet peeves. When I call, I want to talk to a human being. I don't need to sit there and wait 45 minutes going through options when your ass can pick up the phone and direct my call. Hi, this is Michael. How may I direct your call? Yeah, I'm looking for the loan department, or I'm looking for whatever.
But when you get them on the phone, do you get mad at the messenger, or do you get mad at?
Oh, when I be hot because I've been waited 45 minutes and did all this other stuff and went through there and hit one and hit two. Then it says, please press 1 or say this, and I'd be like, Michael, sorry, I did not get that. Michael, sorry, I did not hear you. Michael, sorry, and then they hang up on your ass, and you gotta call and start the whole process over. So by the time I get to
direct you to another call.
Yo, when I get to a human being, They be like, "Hi, this is Joe. How may I help you?" I said, "First off, you can get rid of that damn robot on that damn phone, Julia, whatever the hell your name is."
Tanya, screenshot this.
You
I
know what I'm
know,
saying?
right?
You know what I'm saying?
know.
And so now I'm hot, and then I started realizing, that okay, I'm tripping, and I want something from these people, and me cussing them out and talking crazy to them ain't probably ain't the best way to get it. So, now it's just one of the things I notice a difference when they get on the phone. I'll be like, "Hey, I need a little bit of assistance, and I'm hoping you can help me." I'm a little bit frustrated, not only with the situation that I'm calling you about, but the 45 minutes it took me to get here.
Mhm.
And then, of course, they'll be like, "Yeah," because they're just the workers there to help you. They're not the ones that's gonna make any decisions. They just there to guide you through whatever you're trying to do and get you to a point to where you can be satisfied once you finish. All the stuff you went through prior to that ain't their fault. They didn't make that up. The company tried to save dollars and said, "Hey, we're gonna get rid of some people and we're gonna automate these certain instances, and blah 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 blah." So, but it's one of them things, don't shoot the messenger. And then what happens if I happen to be the messenger or you happen to be the messenger and somebody go off on you?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Every day.
Quite a lot.
So it just kind of, I wish I had the exact moment of when we came up about that. I know we was having the conversation, then that came up, but I am curious to know some of y'all instances of either shooting the messenger on your own or scenarios to where you realize that you probably shouldn't shoot the messenger.
I'll say this.
I say it all the time. Yeah, I'd be like, look, I'm only here to tell you what they told me to tell you. Like, for instance, I had a situation the other day. This young lady made some jewelry, and my goddaughter liked the jewelry that had been made. She was like, "Well, how much the girl charge?" And I was like, "I'll get back with you on that." So then when I called the girl and asked her how much she charged for this, that, and the other, and then I called my goddaughter back, and she was like, "Well, I just want to know how much this is, that, and the other." Like, well, I told you, you know. Then she went to hollering. Well, I went, hold on. I said, wait a minute. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just relaying messages back and forth on who said what said. I said, you know what? Matter of fact, here's the phone number. You call it yourself. And that's how I ended that.
Right.
So I give them the phone number, or I tell them, well, you want to talk to this person, go talk to them. Don't send me. Leave me out of it.
Yeah, that happens a lot when you are bringing the story in. And that's why I said that the story that I'm getting ready to bring to you all in a few moments, I just want you all to know it's not something that, I mean, I was going to use it as a who spiked the tea topic, but I figure that it actually can pour over into this because it's not only me bringing it as the messenger. There's a lot of people who brought this story, and this person is really trying to defend himself against a public, right now. And so that's why I thought it would be good to add this. And so I see Zach is in the chat. And he was saying hello to y'all and everything. And you see y'all in the
It is.
Yep. But I actually I want to bring this. I'm just doing one quick thing before we go. So you all talk amongst yourselves real quick. I want to just go ahead and post because I'm very late posting social media. And I want to go ahead and just do it very quickly here. So you all
Well,
continue.
yeah. I know I wanted to shoot the people that was working on my water heater because that took ridiculously too long to fix and replace. Only for them to get money out of me, wait a week, then they get the message that the dude ordered the wrong part, so there was another week you gotta wait. And on top of that, finding out the full amount that they wanted to charge you. And I'm like, look, I gotta take something off of there.
Game. That's
That
game.
was too long. That was too long. My patience is very thin now. And I was like, I'm trying not to be silly because I understand stuff happen. But I'm like, this, if you were in my situation and you got two kids and you got things going on and you can't take a hot shower, I mean, how many more days I'm gonna have to wake up early and boil some water? I mean,
I know that's right.
Yeah, you gotta use them. You
this
gotta use
situation
those.
was no joke, and that was still like in February. It's
Right.
still cold.
I know that's
So
right.
I was kind of hot. I didn't get
Hey,
stupid. I didn't get stupid,
you
but I
taking me?
definitely was like wanting to. I was gonna march up to wherever they had they local office and be talking to somebody. Like, where's the
You
manager?
had to take one of them. You had to
Something
take one of them
right
old school country baths. You
Yeah,
can't
be like,
do.
somebody got to do something right now. Because this ain't
You
it.
better get
Right.
It ain't work.
you better make some. You better
We
make
not
some
finna
more.
go 1 hour more day with this situation. Damn it. Somebody better make something happen.
Yeah,
She said, "Why not?" I know that's
Right
you'll
right.
be
now.
a whole new frontier woman.
Yeah. But we going to
But,
Well,
your house to use your shower.
mhm.
Like,
exactly,
no.
exactly. Inconvenience somebody else.
Because that
Well,
was
you
like
know
Love that.
something
a month and a half. For real.
crazy.
Man, that was
That
They
is
trying to no,
absolutely
they
crazy.
testing you. They trying to see how bad you want it. They're trying to see how much you're gonna take
And
until you
no,
until you
but the
until,
thing is that I seen other people in the neighborhood with the same trucks from the same company. I'm like, well, why? What the? I called my stuff in way before, even though it's not the same dude, but still,
Uh-huh.
it's like, come on, y'all. Like, somebody, can you send him over here after he finished with her? Even if it ain't
Uh-huh.
the same dude, like somebody come
I
over
know
here.
that's right.
I'm like, shoot, I almost wanted to YouTube and learn how to fix my own damn water heater myself. That's how
Right.
bad it was. I'm like, you know what? What's that part he talking about? He need that he didn't know he got to reorder. I'm like, how much that cost? I was asking a whole bunch of questions. I'm
I
like,
know
so
that's
yeah,
I got
that's
I
a
know
right.
that's
setup.
right.
That's a setup.
Well,
That's a setup. That's
you
all
know
that is.
what?
that was
I'm gonna
five
go
hundred
ahead
something dollars.
and I'm gonna go ahead and bring this story to you all, and because I've been kind of stalling a little bit, and I'm gonna just see what you all think, and we can get into a discussion. Like I said, don't shoot the messenger. You all might have heard about this story, Dr. Umar Johnson. He addresses Snow Bunny viral video showing him with a white woman. Okay.
I think I've seen it.
If you're familiar with Dr. Umar Johnson, he is denying implications behind a viral video that shows the controversial Philadelphia-based psychologist who has been outspoken against interracial relationships, appearing friendly with a white woman standing close to him. In the brief video posted to social media on Thursday afternoon, showed Johnson and the unidentified white woman amicably chatting with each other at a suburban Philadelphia shopping mall in New Jersey. The woman was smiling coyly while typing into a device as they shared a laugh and smiled at each other. While the words were not audible, their body language spoke volumes, according to the tweet that was first to post the video. It says, Dr. Umar was at the Cherry Hill Mall bowl. What his mall bowl wasn't low.
Cherry
I
Hill
didn't.
Mall.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Cherry. He actually lived near there. He said a cynical voice coming from behind the camera can be heard during the recording. Look at him. Now, there's a video here which I can show if y'all want to see it. It said the optics seemingly belied Johnson's staunch opposition to black men romantically involved with white women in particular. Replies to the tweet were replete with commentary suggesting that the self proclaimed Prince of Pan Africanism is a hypocrite.
Mhm.
In a series of social media posts responding to the video Thursday night, Johnson claimed that he was a victim of selective editing in footage that he said was doctored to suggest that he was cozying up to a white woman. He offered a range of reasons for why he said the video was being taken out of context. While he admitted in an Instagram post to being at Cherry Hill Mall on Thursday, he wrote that he only stopped at a kiosk where the white woman was working so that he could view the incense and crystals on his way out of the mall. That non-African woman is simply a vendor. Y'all got to see the video. I don't know what the hell he's talking about because that don't match nowhere, no how. That don't match anywhere. And
well, I mean, like this.
Oh no, it could
I'm
be
like
just
this. Oh, I'm like this. You know you're a public figure. You know you're gonna get caught. I personally, if I come to a conclusion, I want to see the video myself. A lot of things are taken out of context, hence people's speeches. Things are left out. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, really, what is real? It is what you see. We can have all the kind of made up perspectives and assumptions that we want to, but me, I want to see it and not just hear it. You know what I'm
I'm going to show y'all the video because I think it would be better if you saw it.
What did Dave
And then you
Chappelle-
can make a decision.
What Dave Chappelle say? It's got to be beyond a reasonable doubt. And if my stuff is proclaimed as ridiculous, hey, so can anybody else. I want to see for myself.
He said, yes, I was at the Cherry Hill Mall. He responded, yes, I was at the Cherry Hill Mall today. My iPhone crashed last night, and the closest Apple store with an available appointment today was in Jersey. As I was leaving the mall, I stopped at a kiosk to view the incense and crystals. That non-African woman is simply a vendor. I'm sorry. I'm saying I don't care what this man does, but this man is kind of talking out of the side of his mouth. Let me get this video up for you all. Because if I ain't got no problem with you dating, speaking to, sleeping, whatever with somebody, but own up to it. Now, while I'm trying to do this, somebody go ahead and hit the chat while I'm trying to get this video up so that I can show y'all.
Oh, and here's my thing. And here's my thing too. If you're coming up with a line of alibis, if you don't owe any explanation, you know what you did and how you did it, and people are gonna have their own perception. And because of that, I wouldn't tell nobody a damn thing as if I owe them any damn explanation. I know who I am. Oh, that they want to perceive it as such. I don't have to defend myself, and I'm not going to. You know what I'm saying? But the proof is in the pudding with some butter, and motherfuckers can eat that up. I want to see this video. I want to see all those videos.
Okay, and it's just a quick little video, but it the whole thing about a vendor, he could have come harder than that. That just doesn't sound right at all. He could have done something totally different than told that. To me, that's where his problem is. If you just would have been better to say, hey, I like the girl and whatever. I mean, I thought I'd holla. I mean, I don't care, but say she was a vendor, that I think that's where he lost people. Somebody hit the chat while I'm doing this, please.
Hit the chat.
Okay, I'm asking y'all again.
Got it?
Please.
Well, I'll just start reading. I know Zachary was just saying hello, everyone. Like, it's nice to meet all of you. Rick, I'm not getting, but he said if there's no W-2, I'm not finna tell you. Not finna tell you what.
Like being the messenger. Like, well, I got to be the messenger.
Oh, right.
I ain't gonna be shot. I ain't gonna be wet. No. We'll see what we say. I ain't gonna be wet for me and shot. I'm wet for making love. I'm not gonna be no messenger unless there's a W-2 involved.
I'm not telling you nothing.
You can tell him or her yourself. I'm not, because then I'll be accused of getting the information wrong. You know what I'm saying? Make it look like it's a lie. Now, you caught up in the drama that you didn't want to be a part of to begin with. So,
that part.
But when it comes to a W-2 perspective, yeah, I'm a bearer of, I guess, quote unquote bad news, but it's like, well, hell, you set this up yourself. You set it up against yourself. Yeah, you facing foreclosure in a few days, and now you want us to help you take care of your business, and you kept avoiding our calls. Yeah, no, I'm not a bearer of bad news. I'm a bearer of the truth.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But they didn't know. Why did they tell me? And it's always everybody else's fault but them. But you complain about the company. Oh, they didn't do their job. They didn't do their job. They didn't tell me, and I got the notices. I didn't open them. I mean, just another bill. Well, sir, and he said, in your contract, and we can go to the clause, you will disclose certain information in terms of the status of your account, and it's up to you to open it up or not, or return the calls or not. But
okay.
I'm not a bearer of bad news. Sometimes the bearer of bad news is like, it shouldn't have happened, and after the correction, then I get chewed out. But I'm not necessarily talking to you, young man. I don't mean you. I'm not trying to shoot the messenger. But I don't like how they handle things over there with your company and whatnot. But yeah, I like you, fella. Because I'm gonna set it up. We're gonna put your gun away. We're gonna talk like human beings.
And Mongoose say, "What's up, y'all?" And
what it is?
Yep, agreeing with you.
Hey now.
He made mention of the snow bunny when we started going more into the topic of boy being friendly with the snow bunny. Also, I just was shouting back at him saying, "Hey, but that's about it."
Well, glad y'all participating. Appreciate it.
Y'all here.
Don't
be afraid to chime in when we get on this topic, y'all.
I told you. Yeah, Dr. Umar Johnson. Dr. Umar, look here, bro.
Hey, but look here.
Hold on. Look here, bro. You spend so long calling. It's like I tell my sons. It's like when you talk about something or you accuse somebody of being something so hard, and then you end up just like them. You're gonna tell them yourself eventually. People always tell themselves like how they're so adamant about feeling passionate. They just got the word is passionate, telling us how you really, telling us how you feel. But what's going to come out is your actions in terms of how you really, really, really feel. It's going to come. What is it, Michael? What was that quote? That haiku? That cough, love. What is that?
Yeah, love and a cough cannot be hidden.
Get you some rubber testers.
Hey, so I look at it like this here, if you taking a certain stance, people don't agree with you.
So what?
They might just follow you around, waiting for the day that you talk to a white woman.
Yeah, that's what it sounds.
You know what I mean? And then they'll sit there and say, "What's what?" Now, if you're talking to somebody and you say, "Hey, I love my black sister, but that one white lady there, she was fine in a motherfucker." Like, I mean, you can tell it's just
that day.
You know what I mean? But my whole thing is this: we weren't there. We don't know what the hell happened.
I actually am going to show you a video, but I want to say this to you again. When it comes down to, remember I talked to y'all just now about the Donald Glover season that he just did the next to the last episode is called Rich Wigger Poor Wigger, and it is actually an episode about a young man who looks all the way white. He's in school hanging with his white friends with a daddy black. And I ain't gonna tell y'all the whole episode, you just gotta watch it. But when he discovers his blackness at the end, he cuts off all his hair, he brushing all day and everything. And then his little white girlfriend comes into the store where he's working. He doesn't go to college with her. And he looks at her and he says, "I have never been so attracted to you." And he winked because he's basically saying that's how brothers be doing. That was basically what they said. Go look at it yourself.
He's using his blackness. That's what it sounds like. He's using his blackness.
Who gives a shit?
Who? I mean,
who gives a shit about what?
Is it supposed to be a serious comment?
No, I'm saying.
Is this supposed to be a serious part of the commentary now? I'm just telling you what the show said. Is this a serious part of the commentary now? Are we about to get all serious now? We're gonna start crying and everything? I'm talking about the show that Donald Glover did, and that's what happened at the end. But I'm saying, I told you guys, I said, play this day. You all were going to get in your feelings. I said it ahead of time.
I ask the question. I ask it every fucking week. Who gives a shit about these people? I don't care about Dr. Umar. He don't do shit for me. So it ain't
But
about
that's
nobody
not
getting
the
their
point. We're
feelings.
just talking
I'm
about.
asking that. I'm asking the question like
I
put it
actually
like
was
this
talking
here.
about the show.
The same way that cops manipulate videos, anybody can fucking manipulate videos.
Yes.
You look at the cops and we sit there and we expect them to like, you know, protect us and all this shit. But when they do wrong, they cut their cameras off. They fucking alter the footage. They withhold footage. So my thing was, we don't know what the situation is. If he doing it, like I just said earlier, which I agree with everything that y'all said, was, hey, if that's what you're doing, just be like, yo, she bad. I'm gonna stop and holler at her. But whether he talking about incense or whatever, but the question is,
Yo, again, didn't I just say don't shoot the messenger? But I'm telling you, just okay, stop before you say anything further. I want you to just look at the video because you cannot give any more commentary until you see the video.
I saw the video
Shut it
today.
down.
Show me
Okay.
the beautiful
I want
bean
to see the
footage.
video. I want to see the video.
Show me the beautiful bean
Because
footage.
there's nothing
I
to
give,
it.
hey,
Yes.
I give a fuck. I want to see this. I give a fuck. I want to see this.
Okay.
Bro,
Because that's the only way that you can actually make any type of, and it's not conclusive. No one ever said that it was conclusive. Not a single person said that it was
the
conclusive.
tape,
Look,
Tanya.
Milton
Okay,
is
I'm
still
pulling it up.
talking
I'm
about
pulling
the
it.
same shit
You
to
know
us.
what? I got shit over here that I got to do that's technical. Unless y'all got the controls too, then yay. Now show me if you got it on your screen.
Let's get it.
Is it on your screen yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Here we go.
Because that's what happens. I have to. Is it up? Okay. That's what happens. I have to wait till it's all there. Now, let me know if you see the whole video just by itself.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm just going to show this. It's a short video and there is no audio that you can really hear. You have to, in your own brain, make a conclusion. Let's go.
An assumption.
You got it. You got it. Look at it. You got it. You got it. Look at it.
Is it coming through good? Because it's like it's stopping over here.
It's stopping.
You got it.
You got it.
Okay. Okay. Now, people were just saying that this is the prince of Pan-Africanism. I cannot judge and say anything about that. That is the title that they have given this man. Again, don't shoot the messenger. What I was telling you all was a story. Donald Glover. I was telling y'all about the show with Donald Glover. They purposely at the end of the show had the young boy doing his hair, brushing his hair, and telling the white girl that he never been more attracted to her in life, and then winking at the camera. He was making a point. That is not anything towards me. I'm the freaking messenger. So back the fuck up on that, number one. Number two, on this, it's up to you to make a decision about what you feel on this video. I never said a thing about what I felt about it at all.
Well, I'm telling you this. It's like convenient, like in terms of the comparison. One has nothing to do with the other because one, there's no audio. Two, the video is piss poorly made. We didn't hear the conversation. We don't know the specifics because, like I said, anybody can edit us at any given time and chop and screw it up and edit a time frame, doing skip time frame if you're not paying attention. They can easily do that to anybody, anytime, any place. If you can put Eddie Murphy's face on Jay Farrow's face while he's impersonating Eddie Murphy or Richard or Bill Cosby, that right there should further let you know they're going to go the distance to making someone, giving them a fucked up image. Bottom line, when you working that hard to give piss poor quality or working that hard to leave out attributes, leave out conversations, and it's like damn near mean it, you might as well not even play the video because there's no telling who he does that to, male, black, white, or female, but people want to paint this picture. But the canvas is fucked up. It makes no sense.
I don't think they left out anything. It's just a matter of whether you believe he was trying to talk to her or not. I don't think they left out anything. I think it's just a matter of some people felt like he was trying to holler at the girl. And it's up to you as the viewer to decide if that's what that was.
To me, no, not even to me. To what it is, for what it is, it's all choppy. We don't hear a damn thing. So we see, but we don't hear.
We just assume.
In that interpretation, that is just an interpretation. It's not facts. Talk to me when he has a baby with him. That's how it is. Talk to me when he has a baby.
So Rick,
talk to me when he has a baby with her.
I look at it like this though. If he ain't rubbed up against her or touched her, holding her hand, or maybe grabbed her butt or something a little bit more than what we were seeing in the video, because all I saw was her smiling and them talking. We have no idea what they are saying, but you know, you can interpret it how each individual can interpret it, but I wouldn't place, you know, blame saying that disrespecting the black sisters because you was all for. I wouldn't say that just yet.
I believe this. I can't tell what's going on with that situation. It looks like a social situation to me. But my point is this. I am not that familiar with Dr. Umar as to how hardcore he goes with this whole thing. It was him, apparently, that has said so much about interracial relationships. Yeah. So he has rubbed some people the wrong way with some of the things that he has said out of his own mouth. So I think that he trapped himself up with that. I don't think there's anything to do with me and my view or any you and your view.
What are you supposed to do? Just stay in the house and not socialize himself with different races? It's going to happen.
No, I just think that sometimes people have to watch how they say things to the public, because apparently he must have said some things that really stung for people to come out like that.
So he was on. He does a lot of interviews on the Breakfast Club and all around social media and everything, and he talks about Pan-Africanism and what we need to do. He highlighted himself because I follow him and I've been watching him all whatever. So he highlighted himself when he spoke about how can you say, and you can go look up the video. It's like basically, how can you say that you pro-black or that you're for black?
And you have black women, you have white friends.
When you got a white, wife or a girlfriend or whatever. Yeah. And then he basically identified that if you a black man advocating on behalf of black folks, but your wife is white, then you a sellout and you this and you that. That's why.
He also said if your friends are white, you're not a true black person.
You know what I mean? And so for that, you know what I mean, then okay, somebody gonna look at you and then somebody gonna try to find out everything. But he also, in his journeys or whatever, you know what I mean, he identifies with or cool with Jane Elliott. So my question, it would have been, if that was him talking to Jane Elliott in that moment, would it still been taken the same way? And Jane Elliott is a white woman who ran all of these testing experiments on making white folks feel how black folks feel through her experiments of red eye.
Old school, right? Old school
lady.
But she a white lady.
I love her.
Yeah.
Actually.
So that's what I'm saying. But
I still feel that it's like it goes both ways. Maybe he's getting a dosage of his own medicine. Maybe he is.
That sounds great.
No, I'm just saying. But listen, he's getting a dosage by the fact that he's judging people who are in relationships or have white friends. Now he's being judged.
I don't know. I just feel like this.
He's on camera or not. Go ahead, Michael.
No, real quick. I just feel like this. If he's basically telling folks, brothers, whomever, love your black women, right? Love your black women. If you this, that, and the other, it's looked at as judgment. Well, I mean, we had a whole riffraff about Kevin Samuels degrading black women. So you got a guy who's advocating for black women, and then now the moment he talks to a white woman, he's evil. Like I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like so when I ask the question, who gives it you? Like, because nobody really sees him, talks to him, or knows anything that's going on with him besides what we see on social media. And as we know, a lot of people take on personalities specifically for social media, and are nothing who they are on social media when it comes to real life. So
I get what you're saying, but when you say who gives a shit, that's not a part of the panel or the commentary. So like it's
so the commentary is to specifically look for drama in something in a video that nobody has anything about.
I'm looking for a real response. I'm looking for real feedback because I really want to know how people feel. And I didn't want I said it specifically that don't shoot the messenger thing because you guys don't realize it. You start doing it whenever a man is the focal
it's
point.
not always about a man.
No, it's like whenever you all get see this story, and the focal point is a man who is being accused of some things, you all start standing up real quickly before everything is out there. You know, and I kept saying that's not the focal point.
So basically, it's us telling you that video is not suffice enough to pass any judgment.
Right, so and I was saying to you, I said the same thing myself.
There is no defending.
It's a matter of our perspectives. That's it. It's all matter. It's just matter.
I actually said the same thing myself. I said the video didn't give anything hardly. I felt the video was just them talking speech. I felt like I speak to a lot of people. You know, I could be speaking to a white guy, white girl, and I speak to a lot of people. And someone may say something about, I mean, I don't really, care about that. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing because I'm just a talker. But the thing that I felt was that you all started jumping quickly. Just like that Kevin Samuels thing, just jumping quickly.
I did, and I will continue to.
So I guess I look at it like this here. When I ask, I say it every week.
They're going to do their best to make us look like we're hypocrites. We've been the target, and it's not going to stop. Yeah. We're going to always be the target. People are always going to try to dig up something and fabricate something to make somebody look a certain way versus a contrary to what they stand for. They're going to do that. Now, occasionally, as human beings, ain't nobody perfect in their pattern. Nobody. I don't give a damn. Even I heard even the honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan. I heard him say shit. I heard them cuss for the first time. He ain't always, you know what I'm saying? He's human. We're human. But the moment that they catch us being human is the moment that we are forever wrong. The moment somebody catches us being human, they won't video record their own selves. They won't do that shit. They won't video record them getting video recorded. Nah.
I guess when you look at it like knowing how scandalous America is, period, or people in America, or just people, mankind, knowing that, and then when something like that happens, and then it's like, oh, this happened, and this is the hot topic. Why does it have to be a hot topic if you don't even know them people, or you don't even follow them, or you don't even know what they do day in and day out, or what their message is and what they talk about? But because it's like, ooh, look what happened here, and then it's like, well, besides this video, what do you know about that individual? What do you know about that person? And it's just like the police videos. When people see a police video, they start going off and commenting and saying this, saying that. In a lot of times, for example, when a black man get arrested or killed, and then they be like, oh, they killed him. And then you turn around and find out that the dude had a fucking pistol and a knife trying to stab the cops. And then they were justified in shooting them. And then everybody who made an initial rant should go back and recant their things and say how I stand corrected, but a lot of people don't. They get quiet and pull back, and then they get and then
some of those things pushed. Some of those things are pushed on purpose too. So.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So that's my thing. So
it's like the same thing with this thing. It could have been pushed on purpose. I just laid it out there because I really just want to know how you all felt. And I said, don't shoot the messenger at me, but I really wanted to know in general because I personally felt like it's not a conclusive. But I said at the same time, this man must have said enough stuff.
Yeah, and if you, I mean, I follow all of those little videos and stuff like that when he's talking because you want to hear what he's saying, like because it sounds like his message positive, but then there's some things where he's in there borderline, and you're like, okay, he tripping. But I follow him, and so when I see that video, and I saw it all day today, right? So I see that, and I'm just like, well, that really doesn't show anything, so I need to know more. First thing I said, I need to know more because that could be anything. I don't know what excuse he used or whatever the case may be, but when you say y'all get in y'all feelings, there's no feelings associated with that. It's just hey, that's an inconclusive thing, and I'll stand by for further details before I make my announcements. There ain't no personal feelings. But when you say, oh, you guys are gonna get in your feelings, it's almost as if you're looking for us to get into our feelings.
No, because I noticed that it's a male female thing, and the black man is the focal point. Y'all be like, oh, that's how I feel. It's like
it's only happened once with Kevin Samuels, and that was just because it was Kevin Samuels.
Oh God.
Well, we only talked about Kevin Samuels 2 weeks in a row.
No.
Yeah.
So when you say every time, it's only happened twice. And then it's one of those things where he did this, but you know that somebody's a personality, and then they end up with whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you know that, just like we know all of the other things that happen behind the scenes, if you know what is, then how can you hold it to be true?
Messages.
And ironically, again, with the whole season of Donald Glover, Kevin Samuels played a part in that same show that I am talking about, the Rich Wigger, Poor Wigger. I got to see that season.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. And that's why I say, like, I be agreeing with half of what you say. Well, a lot of what you say. But a lot of times I'll play devil's advocate just cause, and then, you know what I mean? Just showing opposing view.
You try to fight. It's just when I was young, I have a cousin. She's out there now, my cousin Audrey. And when we were young, up until 4 years old, I walk in the house and I wouldn't see her in forever. And the first thing she look at me and say is, "You want to fight?" She never said hello. She never hugged me. She never.
Oh wow!
What's that movie with Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson? Glass. What is it? Glass, Mr. Glass, and what is it, man?
I don't know that one.
Hey.
It's Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson, where they play like superheroes or something, and he's like Mr. Glass because he got like fragile bones, and Bruce Willis is like unbreakable. So it's one of those things where, and what I'm saying that to say this, Tanya, that it's like they started off as arch nemesis, and then they ended up having to work together, and then becoming friends. Kind of like Professor Xavier and Magneto.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting at. You my arch nemesis, and we're gonna go at it every week.
I know, right?
And I know when I need your ass. I know when I need your ass.
Sometimes you might go say things, I'll be like,
yeah,
wind up toy and get me going.
I'll be waiting for it.
So many things can be speculated from just that little video, whoever shot that little video on their phone. And so everything, like we were saying, it's not clear. But a thought I had
his number,
a thought I had.
It looked like she's getting his number, but you don't know,
Yeah, you don't know. But
checking the coding on his phone.
I was thinking he's promoting that about support and showing love towards black females, black women, and on top of that, nobody knows whose motive, fusion behind what they do. So it could be something to where, just a crazy thought, just throwing it out there, not saying that this is what's happening, but he could be telling that to the brothers so that get the brothers involved and more, prone to look and view and value black women. But he could be doing it as a tactic to go and be like, open up his shot to really take over and speak to a whole bunch of white females. Just, I don't know.
He has contradicted himself. He has contradicted himself a lot. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Charlamagne.
Who does it?
Charlemagne, you know, questioned him really good. And then he gets on there and he spits these things. Then he'll say some sharp things that stick, and it kind of outweighs the digging that the commentators may have been doing. You know what I'm saying? Kind of deflecting whatever. But he has contradicted himself before, or had some questionable moments. But when they ask him about it, he'll get on there and explain it based off of what somebody heard him say, what he did, and then they give him an opportunity to kind of like explain yourself. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. And then he'll come back and articulate himself to make it sound good. So, and like you said, Tanya, at that point, you know what you saw, you know what you heard, and then now you hear his version, and now it's up to you to make a decision.
Okay.
Right. I figured that this is exactly it. This up to you as the beholder to see what you see in that whole thing. And then a lot of it is going to be people with their own personal emotions. You know, mine was just a question. What you been saying, brother?
Or just logic, not even emotion.
It's just so many people waiting for somebody to drop the ball, though.
It's always logic versus emotions. It's always logic versus emotions.
Well, speaking of logic versus emotions, I have another video, and I hope I'll be able to play this. This is from the Shade Post. Now, this is something totally different, but I really want your view. You probably have seen this already. And if you have, great, because that means that we'll be able to discuss it. So again, let me try to see if I can pull it up through the system here. Let me share it, because I want you all to hear what this young man is saying. And we'll take it from there. Let's try to pull it up. There we go. Let me know when you see it on your screen. Let me know when it comes through on your screen.
Retry. There we go. There we go.
There we go.
Is it there? Is it come through?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you all see it on the screen there now? Yeah, I haven't started it yet. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start it. Just listen carefully.
Why do y'all hate black people who grew up with money? Let me make one thing clear. I grew up in a $500,000 house. I went to private school. I graduated from one of the top universities in the country. My job, you couldn't get it if you wanted to. My car note is more than your rent, no cosign. I mean, I can go on for days. But the moral of the story is, why would I want to relate or try to fit in with a lifestyle that I do not come from? Y'all don't think it's crazy that you equate blackness with poverty? And this is exactly why you have all these suburban kids running around here acting like they got it out the mud, like they were struggling, because you sit there and shame them for being from the suburbs. Y'all keep saying Carlton, like that's some sort of insult. Like, are you okay? Use the 3 brain cells you got up in there to tell me, who does it benefit for black people to only be able to fit the stereotypes in order to be considered black? Because it's not benefit.
Okay, I'm gonna try to start it. I'm gonna try to start it. Okay. All right. So did everybody get a chance to hear that? Did it come through fine?
Yeah, it did for the most part. Yeah.
I feel him to a certain extent because we didn't finish what he was saying. Nonetheless, I definitely get it. I definitely get and understand that. Because there's different walks in terms of money, of course. Coming from Fairway Apartments, Montopolis, Austin, Texas. And then gradually going from Springdale Apartments, Mason Manor, Chalmers Court, Santa Rita Courts, and then we end up in a duplex, and then we end up in the suburbs, or seemingly suburbs, I guess the working class area, but it was way more than seeing empty syringes and dirt, you know what I'm saying? Or seeing emergency response units almost every other day, you know what I'm saying? So, and then gradually, now he started off with what he had, but also know the levels that we went through. Right now, we're financially not close yet, but nonetheless, no longer identifying yourself. You come from the hood, you grow from it, and get away from it at a certain age. at some point you can seldomly or barely identify yourself with that. But I do get where you come from. Like even somebody saying, "Oh, you more white than I am because I know, you know, a lot of VH1 songs." Type shit. Like I just identify what resonates with me. Number one, number two, like you said, why do we always equivocate poverty with, you know, black people? You know what I'm saying? Why we can't get now the stature of, you know, of what is it, progression? You know what I'm saying? You make fun of me because I'm actually where you want to be. I'm actually where you actually want to build for your family to have. You want to have that experience, but you're making fun of me because I'm experiencing. I'm living it. I'm living what you dreamed of that you want to do for your own family. Yeah, he didn't touch on that, but I get where he's coming from. I have an idea of where he's coming from. I have an understanding. You know what I'm saying? You ain't, then it's like you're not hood enough, you're not hood enough, you're not black enough. But being black and being successful is not black enough. After carrying tote, gold chains, starch jeans, say my nigga every time I say something. You would equivocate that with cool. You want to equivocate that with being black? Like that's our limitation? No, I'm good.
Right.
I'm gonna enjoy this silver spoon and maintain it. So, you know, good luck with your plastic forks. Fork mind thinking like, nah, I feel it. I do.
Well, you know, there's one thing that I liked about this video. Now, the one thing I didn't like as much, his delivery is harsh for some people. But I'll say one thing is this, and I'll let you make your point, Margo. I'm sorry. Remember how we said the rap industry and all that glorified the hood so much?
Now they
And
live
this
out.
is the opposite. This is why do you have to glorify the hood? This is, you know, it's okay to not be from the Bed-Stuy and the projects and all that, because they made it seem that way. Like you were not cool if you did not come from the not just regular projects, just the New York projects at that. You know, it was that whole scenario was laying over the heads of everybody black community for a while, when that's when they started shaping the music industry to go towards the prison system. We know that, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's like a matter of like, okay, you getting your bread, you got your bread. We just don't like how you did it. We don't like how successful you got. You didn't do it our way. So your hood card, your black card is revoked. But you holding money like it's a cell phone. You know what I'm saying? Like you can afford silver spoons. Like you can transform or transcend that into something else. You know what I'm saying? But because you didn't go about being successful my way or our way, and your hood card is revoked. Look at the school, you can't use no hood card to own land or get credit.
And I used to get picked on. I'll let Margo talk, but I'll tell how I used to get picked on. But go ahead, Margo.
I was cool with what he was saying until he made that comment, like my job, you couldn't touch it if you wanted.
You know, bragging.
Yeah, the bragging part. It becomes a little, you know.
People have their moments.
A little too.
He probably was bitter. Maybe bitter.
Perhaps.
A little bitter. Because you know, when people Carlton you, when they Carlton you, they're insulting you. They call themselves insulting you when they Carlton you like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so he has probably heard the Carlton enough to have an attitude about it.
What the Carlton say? If you ask me, the real sellout. If you ask me, the real sellout. I love that shit.
I had a slight issue because I'm like, you bragging. Like it's fine for you to be, you know, proud of what you do and how you got it and how you live your life. But to me, when you start going into a whole lot of bragging and listing every single thing, which is okay if you're giving a quick example, but if you do that all throughout your life, then there's some issue there. Like
people bang music that do that throughout all the albums, but we ain't got a problem with it.
Exactly. That's what I was getting ready to say.
No, but I do have a problem with it. This was a lot of that I don't listen to.
I was just getting ready to say that.
Not listen to my music ranges, and I'm more of a whole bunch more positive messages than You know, you telling me about your car or your clothes,
Yeah,
girls
I mean,
with money or this, that, and the other.
Yeah, but that's all you hear now though on the music though. So it's just kind of like,
Not in the music I listen to.
okay,
well,
you one person.
even like even back in the '80s, they did the same thing with the minks, the fur coats, the golden rope chains. You know what I'm saying? Like
They
they
wore them, but I
those too.
But that's what I was talking about. Remember, that was the age of when it was switching over the black folks to be in the prison system. That's when everything was, if you were not from the projects, you weren't black.
So,
Remember, they sold that whole image to us.
so the phrase that I was going to use was reverse haterism, basically.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Reverse haterism. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I had to get it out the mud. I had to struggle for my stuff, and you didn't. So pretty much, you
I'm better than you.
you had it like the white folks had it. So and they was the cause of my struggle. So I can't. You ain't this. You know you this. But it's one of the things, and because I deal with my son. You know what I'm saying? My son was raised in the military. He ain't have no street in him whatsoever. But that,
I was about to say
but
that's
what
that
he.
was mine.
But
I
that's
got
what he.
picked on because of I was a military brat, so and I had to go out and do you see other kids during the summertime straight to the tobacco fields. I didn't have to go to the tobacco fields. All I had to do was go to my dad and my mom and say I need, and I got it. But everybody else had to go to the tobacco fields. But we didn't. My my god sisters and brothers every year 5 o'clock in the morning they get mad with us because they had to go get ready, get up, go pick blueberries or go to the tobacco fields, and we stayed in the house where the air conditioner was.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
And they had ceiling fans, windows,
Yeah.
you
But let
know.
me take it over here to this side. I got picked on because remember I tell you that's the other side of the tracks. We were on the other side of the track. They would tell me I didn't even know how to curse. And they say when they say I say when I say shit, they
You
be
say
like,
it so proper.
yeah, they're like shit. They're like, don't say it like that. They have to give me lessons on how to
Oh,
curse
how to
and all
curse
this
the
other
right way.
yeah.
They
Put
gave
your
you.
soul and your feeling when you say
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Not just,
this ain't this. We know this ain't ebonics. This is rebonics. We got to bring you
Right.
back.
Nah, man, that's just jealousy. That's just jealousy and envy, man. Because there's a way that you can sit there and be like, man, you, because you got to think about it. People that's rapping and doing all this other stuff, they're trying to get to a point to where they can afford those things, so where they can live in the suburbs. So the first thing they do once they get their money, what do? They move out the hood and into the suburbs. So it's just jealousy and envy. Like, man, but no person from the suburbs is gonna look down on you. They're gonna commend you for making it outside of whatever you had to go through. So why don't you commend the people? Be like, hey man, I wish I had it like you, man. You lucky. You know what I'm saying? But hey man, keep doing what you're doing and whatever else, because you still representing us kind of thing. You know what I mean? So to down talk somebody, yeah, okay. And when you're a kid, you grow up and you realize that, and then when you become an adult, you see like, shit, ain't nothing wrong with this, which is why people change their tune once they get a certain age. You know what I'm saying? Once they become, what I'm saying, more aware and educated. So, everybody rap about what they did and how they killing people and how many females they got and everything else. You know what I'm saying? I partook in that type of thing when I was freestyling and rapping and everything else. I'm the baddest man. You can't whoop me. I got a pistol and I shoot every one last one of you sapsuckers. You know what I'm saying? And whatever else. And you just you do your thing. Don't nobody else glorify you, so why not glorify yourself? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I believe that the young man, he's just bitter of the way that he's treated. And, sometimes that bitterness can turn into arrogance,
I don't believe he's bitter.
because
He's not bitter. I believe he's
I
just
believe
sharing.
he's bitter.
He's sharing his experience, and yeah, it may taste sour, hence the delivery, which we proclaim as bitter. But the thing about it is this is from his own experience. Bitter, that's momentarily, but the truth of the matter is the actual explanation of the actual premise of what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be just concentrated on just the bitterness. Everyone is going to have their bitterness.
We're
Everybody.
concentrating on that. I actually never had a point or any type of feeling about that. I read the comments, and all the comments that I was reading, people were talking about the way that he was speaking, you know, his arrogance and stuff like that. I didn't really care that much about that myself personally. I cared more about the point that he was making because it was a point that you don't hear very often. And I was one of those people who really, 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 really got sick of how the entertainment industry was glorifying the hood and everything, and they got on my nerves because I was like, "That's not a representation of all black people."
Well, hold on. Was it the entertainment industry, or was it the people that agreed to do this on the contract?
It was the people who decided to use the entertainment industry to put black people in the prison system. We know how they did it. So they suddenly came in and they said, all positive and conscious rappers, you all gotta go. So your KRS ones, your Miss Melodies, your MC Lights, all of them. You notice they all just went shoosh right onto the side, and they came in with all these other people talking about killing.
It's like gentrifying hip hop, basically. You gentrifying hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You're paying people off, or you raise the score, you raise the requirements. And if you can't afford the requirements, or you don't agree to the requirements, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying?
So you could not.
You gotta roll out. You're not gonna do what we say or pay, or you're not gonna if you don't put these golden chains or these golden shackles on your body. Basically.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
There was no more money in the middles and all that. It was all gone.
We're gonna set you free. We're gonna set you free.
Now, there was one young man who made a video, and he basically said it was I wish I'd be knowing these people's name, but I just watched the videos and I listened to the message. And he was like, I know I ain't shit. He said, I ain't shit because I changed my music. He said, I used to rap like this. You know what I'm saying? And rap about this. And he was cold with it, that his conscious rap. But he said, you want to make this money? You want to become a millionaire? Then you need to rap like this. You know what I'm saying? You need to make a song about this. You need to do this. And when you're trying to feed your family, and that's your only means of doing it without necessarily having to do all of the other dumb stuff, then you make a song. You figure, I got 12 songs, what's one? And then one becomes two.
That's how they do.
And then three. And then four. You see what I'm saying? But you're not going to get paid. And that's why Nori, when he did his thing, he was like, in the music industry, you can go right, left, or straight. And he kind of explained what right was, what left was, and then straight pretty much means you on your own, see if you go platinum without a kind of deal. You know what I mean? So, I mean.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
So, but you know, the thing is, I'll say, you know, on that whole thing, let's back to our whole original comment of don't shoot the messenger. You know, it can be taken in a lot of ways. It can be taken as a person who's anonymously bringing some information, and someone is trying to, you know, take them down as if they're the person that's involved in it. Or it could also be delivering some news. We've talked about this before in relationships, when you see your friend's husband or wife cheating and you decide you're going to share some information, and they're like, don't shoot the messenger. So there's a lot of ways we could take tonight's comment, you know, tonight's, you know, whole discussion. It could be like we started off with Dr. Umar and that whole situation, and then we went over here to the young man and his situation. But this whole thing could be taken in a lot of ways, you know? And we talked about it before on the show, because I remember Bola was on the show during that time, and I was talking about a friend of mine that I went, and she kept saying to me, what did you see? She knew her man was cheating.
I remember that.
And then when I told her about it, and how she stopped being my friend. She shot me as the messenger and went on with her man. And then he did kept doing the same thing. And next thing I know, they're broken up, you know? So the thing is, folks get really angry sometimes. And you have to examine, why do they get so angry sometimes when you have some information? Let's talk about that. Why is it that people get angry? And I see Mongoose. Mongoose has a comment out in the glasses. Y'all want to focus real quick here and see what he's, Mongoose said, but it's okay to rap about things that causes destruction to our community. Uh, they will give awards to that. Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
Yeah.
That's the whole name of the game for them. That's the whole name of the game.
So going back to that to Young Buck and his message, and we kind of wonder, why people feel one way toward him and his situation, and then why he may feel like, hey, let me check these folks trying to call me Carlton. I'm proud to be a Carlton kind of thing. Well, that's just because essentially a frog in the well knows not the ocean. You know what I mean?
What now?
A frog in the well knows not the ocean.
The ocean. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And that's you know what I mean? So that's like a frog who basically lived in the well. You try to talk to a sea creature or a regular sea animal out the ocean, their stories will never relate because they don't have the same dangers, the same threats, the same whatever. It's just you don't know this life, you don't know this world. So why are you trying to speak on something you know nothing about? Only thing you can do is try to poke fun at me. You came out of the ocean, you swim with sharks. Yeah, and if you jumped your ass out here, you wouldn't know how to survive either. You know what I mean? Like, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, people come from various backgrounds and different things. It don't mean that one person is better than the other or less than the other. It's just like, man, you come from a unique situation. Tell me about that. You know what I'm saying? Because I wish I didn't have to do this, and I wish I could have been where you was, and vice versa. So, sorry, I kind of went back to that, but you were asking about why do people get upset when somebody
with the messenger.
Yeah, it's pretty.
What is it about that sometimes where, or do you think that people feel like they're being picked on? Do you feel like a person feels like,
I think with that, it could be that they don't want to face that reality, or they don't want to face the seriousness or the weight of what it is that's in front of them. They're not ready to admit that this is what's happening or going on. It's more so, let me ignore it for a time frame or keep pushing it back like, nah, it probably ain't nothing. Let me, that's not nothing they want to deal with right away in their face like that. But it's like, how much longer are the people around you that actually care for you are gonna sit back and like not say nothing, even if you don't wanna, who it's affecting directly is not, taking, a stance on it. But if the people that care about you that see it from the sideline, they gonna speak up. They can't speak up because
do y'all think it depends on the actual messenger or who the messenger is?
Well, yeah.
Definitely.
You can take it if you got a messenger that got a level head and still kind of sell it to you straight, ain't got to necessarily sugarcoat it, but sell it to you straight, but comes off a little bit more kinder to a certain extent, then yeah, I'll take that message and I process it and deal with it how I choose to deal with it. But if you got a messenger that's a messy messenger too, or that's out talking,
messy. So are you saying the reception comes with bias potentially?
It could.
Yeah, it definitely plays a part in that. It definitely plays a part.
Because some depending upon the messenger, you will put up a guard and be like, ho, wait. Like, and then how they're how they're dishing it out. Is it like you're dishing it out because you trying to cause harm, or you get any delight out of telling me this info?
I'm just saying,
or you're telling me because you have a genuine concern.
That
some of it could be, what's the saying? Give a dog a bone, the dog carry a bone, bring a bone. How it go?
The dog that bring a bone to carry a bone. Okay.
It could be that. You know, kind of be like,
Right.
you know, and you don't know if it's true or not. So,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
then
it's not every day you're gonna find the IRS giving out some PCH checks. So
I think it depends on. It's like number one, it depends on the messenger, and then it depends on what message is being passed. Because a lot of people feel like, why go through somebody when you can come to me direct? If we're talking about personal messages or delivery about a situation or anything that you may be doing, in that aspect, I think it's like, why am I hearing it from you and not them? You know what I mean? I think they kind of rub people the
Right. To
wrong
get
way.
more personal.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So the person that's bringing it to you, you end up mad at them. Just like a couple, a female's friend will come to her and say, "Girl, I seen such and such out.
I'm out.
You know what I mean? I seen such and such, you know, with whatever," and then they get mad at their friend, knowing damn well. I think y'all said it earlier that old girl should be mad at her guy. You know what I mean? Or should be asking and questioning and interrogating the guy, not a friend. But what you telling me? So blah blah blah. And then now their friendship is at odds simply because they decided to tell them. And I think we covered that one time. Like if you see something going on, do you stay quiet or do you go and say something?
Yeah.
You know what
We
I
got to
mean?
be like, tell me. And then when
And if
you
you
tell
don't
them,
show
you become the
Well,
enemy.
that's another thing. What if you
If
find
they
out?
found out that you knew about it and
Right.
you just didn't speak, then it's another,
Yep.
you know,
Well,
You still the
anyway,
enemy.
you still
that
gonna be
that
like,
and here's the thing. That right there, if they understand that person, knowing how they think, it wouldn't be even up for discussion. Because they know how you are and they know how you operate. I don't get involved in drama. I got you back, this and that and third. Now, when it comes to actually protecting you, yes, I'm gonna take that stance. But also, there's certain things that's not our damn business. It's not. It's between them. So when it catches up, now depending on what it is, of course, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to, well, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? Because obviously, knowing how this outcome is, you would have made me your enemy too. And I didn't deserve that. And I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying? My friendship is more important than that. I want you to see for yourself because for me, anybody, it would have been like a shutdown. You would have blacked out. Now everybody's your enemy. Because I done told you, and I'll be word for word with it, but because it came from me, that motherfucker ain't gonna like me. They're gonna make my truth, they're gonna make my message seem like a lie. So now you mad at me because you don't know who to believe in anymore. So now you treat me like I'm the enemy. I'm not gonna put myself through that. So I'm glad that you found the way that you did, and you come to grips that it's happened the way that it happened for a specific reason, and I'm not going to be a part of that reason.
That's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons that when they try to tell you about being an innocent bystander and getting involved, that's one of the reasons a lot of people don't even get involved. You kind of the logic Rick just explained. So sorry, Margo, go ahead.
nah, I just was saying I want a heads up on something. Like if you like I want a heads up.
That's all it takes.
I'm still gonna make my own decision. I'm still gonna let everything come out in front of me in my own time. But I want a heads up. Like if you see something happen, like, you know,
I don't know, Margo. I'm
I
still
don't
too young to tell people.
I can't pretend and act like, you know what I mean? Like after a while, like ain't nothing, you know. If I got a heads up, then I'll pay close attention to some stuff, and then I'll catch on and be like, oh.
But at the same time, here it is. Who's to say that individual wasn't even bearing witness to that? But they just didn't want to believe it. And all the people in that circle, and all the people that's involved, that the messenger or potential messenger does not want to be or doesn't want to hear a damn thing. They don't want to be a candidate. But that other person that's getting the message, or they feel like they should get the message, or the victim or whatever. Who's to say that they ain't seen those behaviors for years or a long time?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, that's true. They probably said, but it didn't know that everybody else is seeing them now. probably.
They ain't not. No, it's turning a blind eye. That's when you. They too grown not to know or not to get the energy that we know. We know.
Well, y'all know it's a difficult thing because we
It
all
is.
talked about it, even as a group here. We've all talked about, some things that we had to go through, and some things had to be, revealed and brought to the forefront. And
Yeah.
it's hard to do that sometimes because you don't know how the reaction is going to be. And my mind goes back to that one incident of my friend saying, "What? What?" And then she blocked me out of her whole world, and
See,
she
that's another thing.
knew that guy was out there.
Thank you. Thank you.
She
You don't
knew.
know what it is. You ain't
Yeah.
a fool.
And she blocked me out of her whole world, knowing that her man was out there like that. But the thing is, so it makes me apprehensive about sharing information. I'm cautious, and I ain't gonna lie to you. It was me, the thoughts that I had in my head, even about coming to share the Dr. Umar thing. I said, wait a minute. These guys that we've had our discussions, our battles about the Kevin Samuels. I don't know if this is going to go on. So I kept saying, "Don't shoot the messenger, don't shoot the messenger," because I was basically, my mind kept going back to that. And I was a little apprehensive. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was a little apprehensive because I didn't want you to think that I was trying to purposely bring that story. I was only sharing something that I kept seeing out there. So I said, well, let's discuss it.
It flooded social media, but that's because he takes such a strong stance the way that he does. So it's kind of like this is all it's basically it was being a hypocrite because the way he talks as if he won't even entertain a white woman talking to him. That's how he comes across. So when you actually see it, you like old boy was saying, look at this, look at it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? What? Remember that face I was telling y'all how haters look at you?
Yeah,
right.
Okay, how you doing good? Like you should be.
I don't like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yes, and so that's what made me a little apprehensive because my memory.
They're recording and eating bananas.
But see, my memory of things, because of when I go through something, there's that face. When I go through something with someone, it makes me apprehensive to bring the truth to someone, and because I'm for fear of being someone shooting at me.
The truth is the truth, whether they receive it then or later. It's still.
And what they say, I think I read something. They say the truth will set you free, but only when it's finished with you.
But that if you take that as well and look at it on the standpoint of being a spiritual person or Christian or this, that, and the other, certain things that God sends you to do, and whether or not the person's going to like the message that you give them, you still got to put that message out there.
Well, here's another thing too with that. So don't tell me that's like, hold on, come on, shoot the messenger.
You just gotta automatically kind of take the stance that people just ain't gonna like you or like what you saying. Period.
And hold on. Don't tell me God put on my heart to tell you.
Well, you ain't gotta do that. You don't have to do it like that. Because I know people be saying stuff and making stuff, but it's just like this is. God does put things on your heart to do and to say, but there's a lot of
Margo said, you ain't got to bring it that way.
Yeah, but other than that, you can be like, you know what? This is my thinking on this. I'm not going to say God told me to tell you this, but this is my thinking on this, and I just want to share this out with you. Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
They can leave it at
that. Don't insert God, and don't. Like you're gonna do that.
Sometimes he does. It just you. Sometimes he does. Some people out there faking and shaking and all that other stuff, but sometimes he does put something on your heart to share with somebody.
It's like whatever resonates with people, it's totally up to them. They want to believe that this is what God put on their heart to tell you. That's totally up to them. But at the same time, that's a gamble.
But understand, I think this is what I'm. Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you real quick. I remember when I was telling y'all the year of 2012, I had different prophets and seers that came to me, and they all had a message. And only when they tried to stay in my life did they mess things up. For this, they did try to examine what it was, why they were giving me that message, and that's when things would mess up.
And
I
it was
had to
only
get away
supposed
from
to
them.
say it and leave it alone.
Say it and go.
Yeah.
They were supposed to say it and roll.
I think it depends on the type of message. Because remember, the people only get upset when it's not so good news. And you can deliver a message of good news. Ain't nobody getting mad at you at all.
And I was like, really, I was perplexed at first. And then I was just like, okay, I was cool with it. But I guess it's because they were just curious because I didn't react. So maybe I sparked their curiosity in a different way because I didn't react. And they're like, okay, let me find out why I am giving this person this message. And then
see, that's their nosiness, and God didn't tell them to stick around and to wait to see how everything unfolds. That was like you going against what you just said, kind of, sort of. If you're just sitting there waiting to see what happened to this lady, God say, give her the message.
I agree.
Go about your business. You might got another message to tell somebody else. But
because
they
case in point, there was a young man who came back. He gave me the message. He walked away for a while. And then when he came back, he started asking me a lot of questions about what I do and who I am and all this other stuff, telling me more things that he was seeing. Yeah, he was probably a seer, had a vision of seeing things, able to see things, but he was messing it up also by trying to gather information.
It's kind of like a deja vu. When you have a deja vu, as long as you don't say nothing, it'll play out.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you as soon as you recognize what it is, and you like,
it's happened before, like
and then it go totally left. Like it don't even play out like it was supposed to. You know what I mean?
Now for real, what they say is happening is that you're walking over in that parallel universe. You're walking at other dimension. You are walking in. You are still here, but okay, how to explain this real quickly here. We had a talk one night on one of the calls I was on. One lady came in and says that she very regularly was seeing herself over in another dimension, like parallel universe. So the guy starts telling a story about a plumber who was reaching through the pipes. And he reached all the way through. He went all the way over into that other dimension, saw himself as himself older. Because we're out there in different parallels. So what happens is, he says sometimes you can be walking down the street, or you can be having a deja vu or whatever. That just means you're moving over to that parallel, but then you're coming back. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that kind of goes hand in hand with what you're saying about when you say something, it's like altering it. But if you don't, then you come back in.
You're spoiling what's to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but it's almost kind of like those time travel movies. It's like those time travel movies when they say, hey, you can go back, or you can go forward, or you can go back, but you cannot like contact yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you start messing stuff up, and that's kind of
exactly.
You know what I
mean? The guy was telling us that you can't stay too long. If you go into the other dimension, you can't stay very long. I remember I tell y'all all the time, I have the crease in my forehead when I wake up. I haven't seen it lately, but sometimes I have the crease in my forehead, and I believe that's when I'm over in my other dimension and I'm wearing my crown. Now, one guy said I was wearing a headband. I don't know why I'm wearing a headband, but I think I'm wearing my crown.
And see, I've been watching since it came out on HBO, The Time Traveler's Wife. It's actually pretty good. The little TV series thing. So I've been watching it. Really? Initially, I watched the movie before, but now The Time Traveler's Wife, I've been watching it. So it's only about three little episodes right now, but it's been pretty good. Been pretty interesting.
Cool. Let's check that out. But if we back on our messenger tip, I think that we have pretty much hit the nail on the head tonight about how people behave and how we behave. when we're in situations where we are the messenger or somebody else comes and or delivers us some news and don't shoot the messenger. I think that we just need to be more cognizant if we look at how to handle that. What are some ways that you all feel? Because I feel like being cognizant of the fact that the person who is delivering the message, sometimes they don't have anything to do with anything. They just really just there to deliver the message, and don't get mad at them. I mean, that's the general sense of it, but we're still going to put emotion in there. So, what ways do you all see of how to handle those situations when approached? How to come through it easier. I guess that's the way to say it. Depends on each situation has a whole thing of its own, but how to come through easier.
I'll say this. If we don't speak, like if we don't have a relationship and we speak, but all of a sudden you want to say or deliver a message, one, I don't know you, so how can I know that to be true? Number one, so that's off the bat. Another thing, if you do have an idea about somebody, but you also to have an idea about somebody, you know what their behavior is. What's the saying? Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. You know what I'm saying? So you can identify like someone's behavior, and then they're having the willingness or the kindness to give you something that you need to hear. So they don't follow through with their own, but they have the willingness to give you a message, and they're actually giving examples in terms of them being the total opposite. So how can I believe what you're going to tell me? That's good for me, and you're not even doing it yourself. Another thing is somebody that you are close to, heavily close to. Like somebody tells me, like, okay, for instance, like my wife, if she comes and tells me out of confidence, whatever, then knowing that, that's my go-to. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to consider it. There's no choice in the matter because, the saying, whatever in the dark is going to come in the light. And if she has this pattern of telling me something and it's always the exact opposite, then I'm going to look at you a certain way. But because she doesn't have that resume, and we are that close, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm gonna take that in consideration because she's protecting me as I do for her. So I don't run into a situation I'm surprised, like I'm caught off guard. You know what I'm saying? So you have to consider the source. You have to consider what source are they connected to? What source are they connected to? Straight up, because what's dangerous if you plug in a power supply, and you have some extension cords and extension cords and extension cords and extension cords and extension cords, it's going to draw way too much power. Everything's going to be like messed up, and it's going to cause destruction. It's going to cause a fire because it's an overload. You can't have too many people connected to your source. You have to be connected to the source, or power or omnipotent, whatever. You have to be connected only you between the source. But you have so many people or so many powers or so many wires running, something's bound to go down. Something's gonna get unplugged, something's gonna get kicked, and you get like the filtered truth. And you believe it, you have no one to blame but yourself. You just can't believe everybody like that. So instead of putting them in that predicament, I would rather just, I can listen to them, but at the same time, it's like, okay, you give me this, you give me that, but I'm gonna read you at the same time. Because I'm remember what your behavior is. I know what you're about to a certain extent, but all of a sudden, why should that come from you?
I got a question though. Oh, go ahead, Margo.
Oh no, I was gonna sum up what Rick was saying. So just assess who it is that's speaking to you.
Right.
Their character and all stuff, and then evaluate the place they hold in your life or the position they hold, and you can gauge how serious the information is or not, or and what you want to do with it in the decisions that you make.
Don't you just hate it though that sometimes you can bring information to someone that's close to you. Don't you just hate it when they associate you with the situation, or they blame you for the situation because you just came to give them the information. You're like, I'm just giving the information, and they come in and they're like,
I don't know personally. I don't know what that's like. Honestly,
okay,
I don't know.
I have experienced that, and it's usually
I don't know what
family. And I'm telling them, it's not me. I'm not even involved. I'm just telling you what happened, and they're like, well, y'all ain't got no business, so it becomes that.
You get mad if you're told, and you get mad that you're not told. So you don't even have your own stuff figured out. So how can you accept any kind of message?
But I think it comes with those elders, those aunties and mamas and stuff. They'll do that sometimes.
The worst ones. They be the worst ones. They still ain't figured it out. I'm sure they got their wisdom every now and again, but they're not going to tell you all about their hiccups and burps. You're not going to do that.
Aunties and mommies and grandmas and all that, sometimes when you come and give that information, and see, the reason why I say that is because when I was little, I was a tattletale. I didn't call myself no snitch. I was a tattletale. That was before snitch came along. It was before they were glorifying the prison system snitch.
Been snitching since been snitching.
Hey. Hold on, y'all. I got warrants.
But I was just a straight tattletale when I was little. And it was just, I would get in trouble.
How did it benefit you? Did it
it benefited me
because extra cookies and extra outings?
Because I was Mama B. I was close to my Mama B, and I would go tell on all my other first cousins. They would be my cousin Rosalind, my sister, my cousin Stanley, any of them. Anybody do anything to me,
I got to did that too, and I was like. We didn't can't do nothing around him. Like he gotta stay away.
Hey,
like
I wouldn't make up stuff. It was when they were trying to traumatize me or doing stuff they shouldn't have been doing. But I wouldn't make up stuff. I wouldn't come and spy on them.
Yeah, that cousin would make up stuff and we'd be in trouble just over the littlest thing.
I got money.
She was in your makeup.
He was that grandpa's favorite grandson or whatever, and couldn't do no wrong, and he did all the wrong, but
that was me. That was me.
Money was my thing. I stayed right around the corner from the store. It was like back then, a quarter you can go in the store and buy a whole bag. You know the little brown bags?
Yeah, a whole bag of penny candy.
Whole bag of candy. All I needed was a quarter. Give me 50 cents. I 2 bags. Nothing but straight candy.
Wait.
I tell it. I sure will tell it all.
I'm gonna take this ass whooping.
You around the corner. Around the corner with that boy. Oh yeah, I saw them kissing. He was touching her. I was telling it.
Boy.
Yes. Tattletales this was before the whole snitching came along. We really had nice setups during the tattletale days because there was always a grandmama, a big mama who had your back. This was before it became the prison system snitch. Came out to the hood, came out to the black community, which was always, I love the way that Steve Harvey told it to the people. He said that's some prison crap right there. Say somebody snitched, that was something that was never supposed to come back into.
I think Charleston White kind of did a good thing on snitching. If you partaking in the activities, and then you go tell, that's a fucking snitch because you was doing the dirt too, and then you gonna go tell that you a snitch. You snitch. You know what I'm saying? Use a whole like somebody said the other day. Use a whole hoe. You know what I'm saying? You ain't a half a hoe.
Not a half a whole hoe.
You ain't a quarter hoe. You a whole hoe. Like, you know what I mean? So tattletale is just, I don't have no affiliation with you. I ain't doing nothing what you doing. That's like the nosy neighbor.
Yeah,
You know
the
what I'm saying?
Tattletale. We depended on our people who had our back. Though, of course, it was the big mamas, aunties,
Yeah.
and like that. We used it was a leverage. We had a system, of our own leverage as the Tattletale system.
Yeah.
But then we knew
Snitching
when.
is when you're directly involved in the same activity, and then you go and tell on everybody that you was doing the dirt with.
Mm.
Mm.
I see that.
But
see
yeah, at a
that.
certain age, I had to grow out of that Tattletale thing because
Hey,
I just
Zach,
Yeah,
You
because you
gonna be in
became the
the
snitch.
headlock. You
Because you
gonna be in
became the
the
snitch. Damn it, you was involved in that activity, and you could no longer play innocent no damn more. That's why.
catch up with you because you're doing the same shit.
I think
headlock.
my mama B passed away. I think
11 and 12 years old. I was about 11 and 12 then.
uh-huh.
That's what I was telling mom because they were a little bit older than I was, and my aunt was trying to figure out what they were doing. Whenever they go somewhere, I had to go with them, and I got paid to come back and tell what they were doing. Or
Oh, you was a confidential informant, goddamn.
That's what I.
Okay,
Yeah.
had your ass on the payroll. Okay.
God, you extra
Get
stuff
it?
under the table, cookies and everything. No.
Yeah.
Cookies, candy,
Rack up, Daniel. Rack up.
go to the dollar store, go to the 5 dime store.
The Piggly
Yeah.
Wiggly.
Yeah, but for Tanya's thing, yeah, you had to get out of it because you was old enough to get a beat down then.
Yeah, yeah. And plus
No, 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 no,
my
no.
mama
Because
B,
whenever
my
they,
mama
no,
B
no, because when
passed
they found
away.
out, whenever my aunt would confront them about what they done, and they found out that I told it, I would go hide it. It was like say if for my goddess, if I was telling her, I go hide behind my god brothers. So then they were, until they made me mad. When they made me mad, then I go hide behind her, or I hide behind.
You a double agent. You were a double
Yeah.
agent.
Right, but I'm gonna say when
hybrid.
my grandmother passed away, that stopped me from tattling because she was the only one who had 100% had my back. Now aunties are somebody they might only halfway have my back.
You ain't got your help
So
no more. You ain't got your help no more.
Mm.
Now you out there in the open.
that's why I had to go shut it down on the tattletale.
I'm noticing. Hey,
Oh.
Rick, I'm noticing the trend. It seemed like this family over here, they just a bunch of
Yeah.
working,
Oh,
they working for the feds, man. They working for the feds.
Player.
trying to watch what you do.
You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
Right.
Whenever I get to that age where I go to the club, got ready to go to the club, and my sister be like, "Come on, go with us to the club." And you can't be telling what you be doing out in the club now. What you do in the club stays in the club.
Rick, I'm staying home, bro. I'm staying home.
I'm not. Dude,
I got a question.
I just told y'all I have grown out of it.
I got a
that's what I
question for
stopped
all
telling
y'all. I
them
got a
because I was out
question.
there doing what they were doing when I was telling it.
Nah,
I got a question. I got a question.
What's up, Rick?
Too much suspect activity going on. I'm staying home.
This is a scenario. Restaurant or club, right?
Uh-huh.
Let's say, your homegirl wife, you know what I'm saying, she don't see you, you see her, and she's doing her hot summer chick thing, right?
Yeah.
You get the same things at the same time. Now, you seeing her carrying on and doing what she's doing. In that instance, knowing the sacrifice this motherfucker does, you know what I'm saying? I know we don't know. Well, he don't have dirt or whatever. He's a good dude or whatever. In that instance, because I'll be thinking this shit. Would you tell it, or would you motherfucking show it? Would you hit that? Would you hit that red dot on your phone? I'll be thinking. Would you hit that?
That's one thing I never do. I would never show. But the thing is, I'm gonna tell you, I gave up the tattletale world because sometimes you don't know who you can trust. Like for instance, you see something going on with a couple, they might both turn on you. You get in the middle and they both turn on you. So the thing is, it's best to just stay back from the whole thing.
Yeah.
Right. you know, because you don't know what's going to happen.
You
with
don't
that,
know,
with that.
because that's the thing. It's like, damn, that's my boy. You know, I don't see him getting done like that. Damn, but you know, man, he's a good dude. Da da da. But that's like, man, it's
That might be
man,
something
I
they
come
agree
closer.
to.
I'm
It might be
come
something they
closer to
agree to.
talking to people who I don't know. Like, for instance, let's say if I'm at a club, guy gets up and goes to the bathroom, another guy's talking to a girl, and some things go on that get real scandalous. I'm more inclined to talk to some damn people I don't know. But like, you better go look at your girl, because oh boy, with it, I'm gone at that moment. That's the most I'm ever going to do, and I'm doing that in plain. But when it comes to real situations with people that I know, after what I have been through trying to help friends, I am more inclined to exit stage left.
well,
I'm more
because you
inclined.
never know what's going on in that address.
Exactly.
You don't know.
Because it might be a mutual agreement. They might already say, hey, so
Right.
I'm finna go. That girl might actually be kin. You know what I'm saying? But
Anything could be going on.
Yeah,
And
I
here
mean,
at ATL, they could be setting up a threesome, anything going on down here. But I'm just saying, I am like, I learned. I'm dead ass.
Whatever makes them happy.
Dead ass. Dead ass.
well, I know if Veronica and Tanya is involved, your ass going to jail.
Because they telling.
I'm retired. I don't do that no more. I'm retired.
Yes,
your ass going to jail. Your ass going to jail fucking with them.
Retired.
We were little.
No.
And I
Being retired, it is
I got broke from it.
Okay.
I ain't got no time to be.
When I got to that age of I was dating boys and stuff, they would come over while my mom and dad would go to the commissary to go grocery shopping.
Message.
And they would come over, and my sisters would be in there, and we're gonna tell it. So
stay in the commissary with them, and that's all she wrote.
When they got home, I got in trouble because my sister told it. She had a boy over here. They was back in her room.
Girl.
Hold on. So you
that was a little. That's a little.
Hold on. So you was snitching and got snitched on?
No, my sister snitched on.
Hey, it's a snitch.
She had given up snitching by then. And she was getting snitched.
Gave it up.
You think they weren't gonna turn on you and get you back?
These are my smaller sister. I was snitching on my older sister, but
she just copying what she learned from you. But what?
Hey, it's the snitch that keeps on snitching.
Yeah, the snitch
is gonna snitch on you. The art of snitching is gonna snitch on you.
But I bet you they didn't teach me no more because when I finished with their aces, they were through.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and stay home, Plam. I'm
gonna stay home.
You fuck around and end up in jail on accident because a motherfucker thought you did something. I'm gonna stay at home, man.
Oh my gosh, you let me choke.
Making her cough and choke. I'm
sorry. Hard now, y'all.
And you notice they keep trying to convince us that they retired. See, that's what the art of deception is a MFer. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I gotta keep trying to convince you and throw in more ideas and give more alibis and alibis and alibis.
No, see, I actually came and gave you. I gave you my title. I was a tattletale. I was
luckily
never
they ain't saying I ain't lying. You know how they say you say I ain't lying, but if they lying, they voice it high.
Hey Rick,
I ain't lying.
Those different octaves and stuff.
Hey Rick, it's gonna be like this here.
They lying.
I
don't really be getting in nobody's business, but
right. Now see what happens. Just I ain't pointing no fingers, but
I might bring back
my nose itch.
Hey, Michael. Hey, Michael. Don't tell nobody.
Right.
See, just like Justin Timberlake bringing sexy back, I'm gonna bring Tattletaling back. Not snitching.
No,
Tattletaling.
What I just tell say, messing around with them, your ass going to jail. You gonna do some time.
In ATL.
Hey, so I'm gonna tell you right now, you might as well go and put your lawyer on retainer right now.
Hey, I ain't saying nothing. I ain't trying to walk back from there to here.
Hey, Mike. Hey. You didn't hear that from me. Oh no, you didn't.
Yeah.
I would never get back to North Carolina. I ain't trying to walk back. Hell no. That's a hump and a half. What you talking about?
I look at it like this though. If you ain't involved, remember I said if you're a snitch, you involved in the activity, you telling on the folks as well. If you're a tattletale, you use you use a whole, not a half or a quarter.
Hey, I'll tell you this.
But damn.
If it endangers my household, motherfuckers call it what they want. You endanger my household? No, they get the wordplay, and I do poetry very well.
Nah, shit. I feel like this, man. If you ain't involved in nothing, you ain't got shit to worry about.
So they say.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, for me,
so they say.
I now have gotten to a point in my life where, holding the truths of another person means more to me than, I was a kid. I was tattletaling to get my close relatives back, get my sister and my cousins back for how they used to taunt me. But now I look at it, things are too harmful. It's best to just stay out of the way. It's way too
what
harmful.
I hear you saying is you keeping secrets. Because remember, that was a topic of conversation too. So,
yeah, I do keep secrets for people. I will keep secrets.
Yeah, but remember we had that conversation as a topic about secrets.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
What's the three monkeys? No, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, y'all been doing a lot of speaking based off of what you were seeing, what you heard. So you can't
a whole lot and talk about it.
So don't even mention the monkey.
I said I don't talk about it. I don't hear about it either. I keep my mouth closed. That shit is not it's not going to retaliate and come back to me. No.
Man.
I know.
It's
speaking of monkeys, no.
Nah,
but you know what?
Tanya don't go there.
But
because we don't like monkeys. We don't like monkeys.
I don't like monkeys.
So here's the deal though. Based off of tattletale or snitching, the people who getting tattletaled on or snitched on, it pretty much just comes, full circle because don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah.
If you wasn't doing what you was doing,
you're an adult.
There wouldn't be nothing to tell. You know what I mean?
Tattletale, informant, whatever you want to. I don't know. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know. This family over here, they paid confidential informants. They with the feds. They tattletales. They snitching. They 007 agents. They you know what I mean?
Committed.
I worked for my grandmother, Beatrice Joyner, when I was young. I worked for
the
her.
FBI, CIA, MI6. Hell, I don't know this shit. The Israeli Guard. I don't know. They
That's the only one I worked for when I was little.
Y'all know y'all messed up. Y'all know y'all messed up admitting to that shit with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ride y'all ass from here to I'm gonna ride y'all ass from here to the grave. I'm telling you.
Oh Lord! But I was good because I used to get taunted.
Oh, you was a good tattletale, is what you're saying. Okay, all right. I didn't know there was a difference, but okay.
They would do this. I'd be like, my grandma would get up. I'd be in the bed with her, so she get up and go to the kitchen to get me some water. And my cousin, who y'all will see when she comes here, when y'all are here, my cousin Rosalind, she would ride my sister on her back, and they would come in there and scare me while my grandmother was in that kitchen. All the lights be off. Mm-hmm. So therefore, I was taunted by these people. So in my retaliations, that's what it was.
They do me same way too.
That was plausible cause for you to continue to tattletale because you were haunted for so many.
I was taunted by these people.
I just wanted to go to the candy store.
Oh, so that was all it was.
Yes.
You
Thanks,
give him
Sheila.
up for a lollipop.
Yeah, I went to the candy store. I went to the candy
Give him
store.
up for a lollipop.
That penny candy, and them Commodore cookies.
Lollipop.
And them Commodore cookies.
Call me so I can get it juicy for you.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all are crazy. Well, you know, we better get ready to come to a wrap.
No, but yeah,
We're going to go ahead and bring it to.
It's all about them. No, I was just saying, regardless whether you're a tattletale, snitch, FBI, paid informant, whether you helping a friend, whether you the robot messenger on the phone,
or the messy messenger. That's
you are the intermediate between source A and source B, and you are trying to deliver whatever message is said and or passed and received, and you may end up being the victim or the culprit or whatever, depending on how people view you and the type of message you're delivering.
Exactly.
So it's best to
run, Forrest, run.
That and make sure that wherever you going, that all guns are empty, because you don't want nobody to shoot the message.
That's right.
There you go.
And you know something? In addition to that, Michael, I remember I was saying about going to certain people. I just learned not to say anything, just not to open my mouth, because some people are gonna associate you with the situation. So I just learned just to
You ever delivered a message? You ever delivered a message and been accused of the person that's been doing the dirt with whatever message you delivered?
I said that. Yes. I said that earlier.
Oh yeah, you did it.
Like, mind your damn business. Like, no, don't say a damn thing. You say a damn thing, you're gonna be wrong. If you don't say a damn thing, you're gonna be wrong. So keep yourself right with you. Fuck everybody else, including the messenger, the ones who get the message. Damn. Look, my name was Bennett.
And I ain't in it.
And get the hell out of my face.
Y'all remember that saying? They were like, "F you and the horse you rode in."
I say that all the time. Yeah. Yes. Especially when I left Texas. I would always say that.
Player. Gotta go where you gotta go.
All right, y'all. Well, we did the damn thing tonight. We went for a while on the whole thing about don't shoot the messenger, because you could take that in so many ways. You could take it as yourself as the messenger. You could take it as, somebody else as a messenger, and how to handle that situation. We've taken it from the incidents, Dr. Umar Johnson. We've taken it from the young man on the shade post. So we've taken it all over the place so that you can see.
Only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time.
I'm just saying,
Dr. Umar Johnson became a target. I was just, all right, okay. Luther Vandross gone, Barry White gone. Somebody go check on Stevie and Smokey Robinson, please.
Hey, look here.
That's a whole other story, but anyway.
Hey, we gonna see Bentley drive-bys and shit, man. Because apparently these folks in the suburbs, they tired of this shit. They finna come out here and start.
They finna get gangster a little bit, just a smidge.
You know what I'm saying?
They know, hey Michael, they're not gonna shoot no guns. No, they gonna throw some tax audits on your house.
No,
they know somebody. They know somebody.
I guess you understand this in a minute.
They're gonna be driving by. They're gonna be driving by in their Maserati. What up, Pie? You know what I mean?
Hey, audit tail, fam.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What's up, Pythagorean theorem? You know what I mean? They gonna come up on you.
Hey, but y'all laughing. I will tell you again. Go look at that Donald Glover Atlanta, because there's some parts in there y'all playing and everything. There's some parts of some of them shows would make you laugh in the same way how they took laughable incidents and they made it real.
Yeah,
real society.
But I think that man, you just gotta be mindful of everybody who you dealing with and who you talking to. Because I know y'all all heard this thing when they say the pen is mightier than the sword. And if you actually take that and break that down, it's a lot you can do, whether you're writing or with your words, than you do when we're actually trying to, tussle and fight and get all into that riffraff. You know what I mean?
Right.
To lose is actually to win, and that's real talk. You know what I'm saying? And like they say, you can't lose if you don't even start the race.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's only when you participate in the race and get down there and somebody smoke your ass do you lose. But if you never run, you never lost. You know what I'm saying?
Depending on what race. Depending on what race you're talking about. What kind of race? Pick and choose your lineup. Pick and choose your mark. So you can get set ready to go. Depending on the track, depending on the race, right? Depending on the situation. You know what I'm saying? Are you good at a 100-yard dash or sprint or whatever the case may be? Know and choose what race you are considering yourself to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you might end up first. That's cool. But you're the first. You'll be the first to be accused. So be careful what race you're running. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah.
But you know what, y'all? Before we go off again, let's go ahead and bring this thing to wrap. Because we 3.5 hours in. So let's go ahead and I thank y'all for all your commentary here in the living room. I've had my weekly spar with Michael. I actually think that Michael, I want to do a live show in front of a live audience with males and females, and I believe that it will be to our advantage when they don't see us getting along, because we have to sway and divide the audience at times. So that would be good, because I want to do that. I want to do a live show in front of people with an audience.
But just to keep it, I guess 100, as they say. People, we're human, and certain things do trigger us. We may not know what that trigger is, but certain things do trigger us. So you're right, but I feel like natural emotion, and natural logic, or a person with a logical mindset would do that on its own. So I definitely agree with you. But I do feel like that the naturalness of things keeps it real.
Yeah.
I think we better get ready to go, because I can see my AT&T flashing. And before I get shut down all the way, let's go and get out of this living room and get out of this show, because I can tell what it's getting ready to do. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Today's show was brought to you by
Snitching Production, hosted by Andy Cam.
Lazy ass
30
AT&T.
years. I've been doing this for 30
years. Shut up. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for being in the living room. Hey, y'all hang on for a second. We'll be back at the end of the show in just a few moments. Now, let's go here.
That's the Zack attack, baby. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, that's the Zack attack for real.
Zack attack, baby.
And Weez is back. All right, y'all. Well, we had a great show. I had missed you all. Last week taking that moment, just the holiday thing. I know everybody wanted to bite into a burger or whatever, y'all eat a steak or whatever. I didn't want to, have y'all held up, in case you wanted to be somewhere doing something. So he said, let's take that time off, but glad we're back.
Right on,
And so
right on.
we have a lot to chat about in the after show in a few moments. But to you out there, you know, we want to make sure that you all stay tuned in and locked in with us. Let me just find out what you all have going on this coming week. Margo, what's happening with you this week?
A lot of relaxing.
Yeah.
A lot of loving me, a lot of organizing stuff, and just, I mean, I almost was gonna put like a little green screen of like a Honolulu scenery and have my little drink, my little straw with my umbrella straw. Yeah, I would have been sitting here just doing that while we was on here, but I'm trying to get to that.
I'll play the music in the background while you talking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. As a matter of fact,
that's about it. Other than that, and family stuff and planning and just taking it easy. Finally get to.
Cool. Let me see if this actually plays. This track is called Daydreaming, and I put it in the bag. Little daydreaming track in the back.
Yeah, like him in the back with that big old jug.
What is that?
That's moonshine.
No, that's the.
No, I got an idea of what it is.
No, that's Black and Decker.
That big.
No, that's Black and Decker.
Black and
Decker.
Oh, I don't know if we can show labels.
No, they
know what it is. We saw the font. Keep your wear your crown. Wear your crown. Wear your crown. You dig?
Right.
Well, you know what? Let's go ahead with Veronica. Says Mike is at the fridge. Veronica, what you got going on this coming week?
I just got a couple of things to do around the house. Clean up. I was told that I need to work on my roof because my roof is not looking too good. So I got to find a contractor to come fix that.
All at her, y'all. All at her.
And some more shopping. All
right now.
Okay. When I go on my vacation.
Veronica, you rub them hands together. It's like you have a different idea what shopping is. What's that?
I gotta go shopping.
You have to go shopping, y'all. Yeah. Oh yeah.
She finna go snitch. That's what she finna go do.
The stickiness off her fingers.
She finna go. She finna go tell on everybody who ain't having no sale. That's what she finna go do.
All right.
Oh, y'all ain't got no markdowns? All right.
Cause remember, Juneteenth was made an official holiday, so they should be having a Juneteenth sale now.
Oh yeah.
I'm
working on it.
And if they ain't having no sale on Juneteenth,
they're not gonna do this. They're
gonna get talked about.
They better not bring out that ice cream though.
No, they're gonna give us stimulus food stamps. That's what they gonna do.
Y'all are crazy. Y'all are too.
Bring back
what you got coming up this week?
He said stimulus food stamps.
Yeah.
Food stamps. They gonna call them stimmy stamps. Stimmy stamps.
What you got coming up this week? I was gonna just shut there.
I got a lot of this going on. I have blessed with like spending time with my grandson throughout the week and like biting his chin, his little button chin. Like, yo, that dude, like, you know what I'm saying?
Paul Rick.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I have a grandkid, yo. This cat just. Man, but that, like I said, just getting perspectives and like, learning the tools in terms of the ventures that I have going on, learning how to layer things, edit, also, just learn the balance, because I have to get back. I haven't touched on the canvas in like quite some time. It's like with the retrograde that's going on or that's about to be over, it should be over. I didn't realize how real that is. But, going from that, learning from that, just, keeping myself grounded. So, yeah, I mean, other than that, that's it. Things are happening, better things are happening. So that's what's happening.
Okay. Cool. Thanks for being here. My Mike, what you got going on this week?
This upcoming week, I'll be going to a career day with a financial company that was considering on hiring me to be a financial advisor. I gotta see if that fits my mold. But everything I've been dealing with, talking with them so far, sounds real good. And if not for anything else, a lot of us don't find out about financial literacy until later on in life. So if not for anything, it would at least be to advance my knowledge when it comes to financial literacy. So we'll see. Just weighing some options. Like I said, kind of got some throwing these applications out there. So it's just doing that because I'm bored. I ain't got nothing to do. You know what I mean? I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm just trying to get a little extra income. You know what I mean?
Right.
But other than that, and then knocking out these classes and all these things I'm dealing with, cybersecurity, public safety, executive leadership type stuff. So school, music, and then trying to see what this workforce is like out here. So that's pretty much all I got.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks for
What
being
you got
here.
going on, Tanya?
Hey, what you got going on, Tanya?
Yeah, what you got going on, Tanya, besides tattletaling on people?
Tattletaling yourself.
Besides my bringing Tattletale back, I'm really gonna work hard in the morning to see if I can get a doctor's appointment because Zach was like, I'm taking you. It'd be good if I can go ahead and go tomorrow instead of going Monday, so I'm trying to see if somebody got a cancellation, I can get in there and get that done tomorrow because y'all, it's been like this for me. It's been some good days, some bad, some good days, some bad. So that's why I'm so enthused with the new project that I have on the table and, just things that make me feel more hopeful. And then I am getting ready for the landing of some folks that are going to be here in June. And then I'm just got a lot going on, a lot going on. So I am just ready for some other bigger things that are happening too, and trying not to lose my mind going off the deep end, waiting for those things too. So lots of stuff. But you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and run my social media because it's about time to get out of here. Here we go. We hope that you have enjoyed this episode of Art Imitates Live with Tanya Dixon. So be sure to like and subscribe. And also check us out on all of our other social media.
One time for your mind. Oh shit.
Okay, we back.
I'll be
20 minutes, Mike.
That little beat.
We're in the 20-minute mark. I heard somebody else, some other shows saying the same thing. So that was a confirmation for me because I heard some other shows saying the same thing. So, that was good to get that confirmation. But let me do this real quick because I'm trying to be better at it as I do it. And one day we're going to come on here and we're actually going to see what's going on with our people over at Twitch. So one day we're going to see what's going on with our people over at Twitch one day. But you know how we do. If you would like to be have some information that you want to bring to the show, you have an interest in a topic for the show, you would like to be a guest or anything, or have a comment or whatever, feel free to reach out to us. And of course, reach out to us at info@Tattletaling. Tandiland.com. That is one of the places where you can reach out and, your comments and your questions and whatever you want to say. And so we have that there. And then also feel free to, if you don't do websites, which my website is tandyland.com, you can feel free to go to Gmail if that's what you would prefer. And that is tandygirl@gmail.com. Let's see if I can get this one up for you real quick. So tandygirl@gmail. Sometimes these things, they don't work real fast. You gotta try to get it up there as fast as you can. So you want to go there, you can see. So what are you laughing about, Rock?
Nothing.
Okay. All right.
I can't tell
So
that.
thank you. Well, thank you all for taking the time to be in here and tune in to for another edition of Art Imitates Life. And I've had a great time laughing with you all, talking with you all, and hope that you all watching have had a great time with us as well. And feel free to tune in next time. Same bat channel, same bat time. It's going to be Friday nights at 10 minutes after 9 or 20, whenever we get here. Know that the target is 10 minutes after 9, but we get here somewhere before 9:30. We get here.
Somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there. And I thank my team for being here. I always love the fact that
CPT, baby. CPT. It's all good.
Yeah, we serious on it too.
No, you just gonna set us back. You gonna snitch us back?
Look.
Snitch us back?
Nah, hey, look. The truth will set you free. I mean,
snitch us free. But thank y'all for being here, everyone, and thank you all for tuning in and enjoying this night together. And as I always say, good things come to those who believe, better things come to those who are patient, but the best things come to those who never give up. I'm Tanya Dixon. This is the AIL TV. Hey! And we shall see you next time on Art Imitates Life.
Back now, yeah.